Meow. All right. Morrow versus Mr. L. It's Mario. I mean, Morrow. Go, Morrow. Yeah, we're starting up here. Stream just started. Okay. Yep. And thanks for the follow, Jemiel 2137. Hold on. What up, chat? We're just getting into things. We're just starting up here. My stomach is totally fucked up. So bear with me. What a rough time. The players have been waiting for me. And I do apologize. All right. That said, it's a best of 5. Anyway, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice. Representing Easy Tool, Mr. Sal's clan, it is Mr. L playing Protoss. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing CSO Esports. Give it up for Morrow in the red, not to be confused with Mario. Hey, welcome, Go Acheron. And looks like we're gonna have proxy racks already. This series is gonna start up to a spicy ones. Germany versus Poland, a tale as old as time. Well, that said, this almost looks like this almost looks like something Maru would do. Instead, we got Morrow. Again, not to be confused with Mario. And what a hell of a time to gate gas scout, guys. All right, so our Protoss player, Mr. L, decides to gate gas scout, which this is exactly why I never recommend such against Terrans. Let's be honest, chat. You're just allowing Terrans to get away with bloody murder here. Looks like it is going to be, well, he's going for a gas, just Marines, and then maybe he might get a factory behind it because he's not in position. Actually, no, he's not in position to have a tech lab right away. He might have to float it. Yep, it's just going to be Marines in a bunker. Oh. Probe is going to go down potentially, too. Nope. Our Protoss player, well, he scouted it now. Nothing we can do better here. That is very unlucky. So we don't have a Zealot out. We don't have a... Well, he's going to try to get another pylon, which is an interesting location for a potential shield battery. Well, so considering I'm just waking up, guys. How you doing, SCV? How you doing, Jemiel? Win rate of proxy 2-3 racks and tournaments. It's honestly a very, very good build, and this is very low committal too. Proxy 2 racks is extremely low committal. Docker gonna chase stuff down, go across the map. Probe going. There's a fact. Oh my gosh! He almost has the probe get in. This is crazy. Well, Mr. L does cancel. We don't have a kill, of course, but he does lose some minerals from when he was constructing stuff. Does have a few stalkers out. One is gonna try to fight an SCV and is just gonna derp here on the low ground. Out. Doesn't take any hull damage. Pretty good stuff. All right. So we are gonna have a Widow Mine. Just a singular and singular widow mine. Yeah, pretty much, Acheron. Game actually over right here. Morrow is gonna leave the bunker, which is actually smart because he didn't take his marine. I thought he walked his marines home for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, Nexus gonna go down. Why? There's 4 marines. It's gonna out DPS the building of the Nexus. Not like this, Mr. L. What is he doing? Oh man, okay, so I guess it's a debate to clean it all up. So that's trades, but nothing to write home about. That Nexus is definitely gonna have some hull damage. Well, you guys, my prediction for the series is Acheron wins. Alright. Oh my god, Mr. L is gonna lose a stalker and half of another. Mamma mia, we got a cyclone. It's a Mia Morrow. And, well, we're just gonna take some hull damage on that stalker there and totally let it get dumpstered. Does he? Oh, does not get the cyclone. Hello? Okay, these are some really battered units all around. And that was the longest pause without game music. So, I'm just waking up, as you guys can tell. Maybe a little Mac in chat. And, well, Cyclone's gonna get repaired because imagine Terran. And we're gonna have a Banshee follow-up, not Cloak. We are gonna have a Banshee follow-up, which is gonna be enough to be quite a nuisance to Mr. L, who just now got his natural with some pretty decent hull damage. Not like the greatest amount of damage, but it's definitely taking a beating. All right, Blink is gonna complete for Mr. L. But he's not going to be able to get up this ramp. He needs an observer. He needs a hallucinated sentry. Banshee is going to find some damage. Stim and combat shields coming down for Morrow. Well, guys, if Morrow wins with this, we're going to need some Morrow erotica in chat. Not Mario erotica. Morrow erotica. All right, we're just looking at the Banshee. Seeing exactly how many probes it just dumpsters. Because imagine Terran. Alright, oh, 2, 3, no. Totally unbiased cast here today. So like gold, it's like 5.5k EU, so like gold on NA. Oh god. Alright. And, well, look at Protoss. Blinking on in, not getting a tank. Is gonna maybe get the Cyclone. Nope, we're gonna dump. Well, we don't have enough stalkers to, like, one-shot a tank. We are gonna clean up a couple of the power units, but that's about it. Forcing a boys pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, and counting workers fall. Banshee's probably forced. Did the Banshee get shot down? What the fuck happened? No, Banshee still lives. Is hiding somewhere. Actually, I'm surprised the Banshee didn't come back. Truthfully, those were some strange trades, but honestly, Acheron in chat, notice he only lost 9 stalkers so far, even with everything that's gone on. Acheron would have lost 10 earlier. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, true. Signs that Acheron and Dave used to be on the same teams. Well, we basically kind of still are, because that always happens to me too. Acheron wouldn't have lost a single stalker. Yeah, that's totally what we saw yesterday. Except for 10 just got absolutely bodied right off the rip. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a Ghost moment, because Ghost came in yesterday after going to Vegas with Mexi. And I had a lot of bevs, so my stomach's hurting. This stock, this Banshee, I love this Banshee. It's like trying to find value, but every time it does, it's just literally gonna do nothing, and the shields are gonna regenerate as the Banshee doesn't heal. Look at this. Wait, Mr. L, you have blink, man. Okay, there's a scan indicating maybe something might be going on, but all we have is a couple stalkers on the other side of the map and a couple stalkers in defense. We're trying to get out of Colossus. Banshee's just a distraction. No units are warped and charge is not complete. Okay, now that little chisel on the shield might actually be a little more impactful. Colossus does come out. Slow Zealots doing God's work, and extended thermal lance is gonna probably finish. That said, 1 medevac of bio that's 3 injured marauders and 2 marines is gonna stay alive. Banshee with full energy, too bad it can't do anything with it. Nothing like a couple of stalkers versus like 3 tanks and 1,000,000 Terran units. All right. Trop and very injured medevac gonna go get a lot more done than they probably should. Extended thermal lance could finish, but we'll see. Morrow not targeting it. Disruptor doing nothing. Army engagement in the middle of the map is gonna be actually pretty dealt with pretty quick from Mr. L. Mr. L's trading definitely more efficiently there, but he's not mining. Disruptor does absolutely nothing. And we do have, well, he's just gonna let he's gonna debate workers back home. Okay. Confused I am. This is a strange situation now. 3 stalkers and a disruptor staring down an entire Terran army. There is pretty even workers, but G is called and Mr. L takes it. 1 G from his opponent. Well, this is world-class casting right here, folks. Mega Kappa. Now, these guys are playing pretty well. Good game. Number 1. How you doing, Flexi? Basically, I can tell your opponent I can kill your army, but I won't. What a Chad. True. Not entirely sure why he left. Yeah, I'm not really sure either. He just is like, oh, Protoss is broken, man. Hydrate Yeezys. Yeezys has a mission in life to never keep channel points in that channel. And then ultimately never have them. I actually copy-pasted that one time he dumpstered like all his points. He or her. Yeah. Well, our 1 drop didn't work and our push in the middle of the map, so we're just dead. Yeah, that game, I think that game could have still went on. For sure. Excuse me, guys. Well, Dave mentality is you just stay in the game and you auto win. How you doing, Kisu? Gator. Little Mac, who's gonna win the entire thing? And why is it gonna be Zelos? If by Zelos you mean Acheron in the grand finals, then I agree. Oh. Top of the morning to ya. Oh, I'm pretty shot. Nice one, Dave. Hey, Acheron. What up, Zelos? Oh, shit. All right, what's going on here? Oh, Mr. L needs a break. Oof. Now, who's the one being racist, Acheron, huh? Huh? I'm just messing around.
Giddy up.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Zelos. Well, we're waiting for a match. 2 typically one-sided matchups that today will be evenly contested. I think we're gonna probably see a PvP grand finals, as we're all possibly predicting at this point. Come on, it's up tomorrow. Could be tearing it up. You know, the first Vulcan Cup, I envision we're gonna have a PvP grand finals because it's Vulcan Cup. We usually hit, you know, add stuff. Let's see here. All right. Anyway, let me get this a little reversed. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire in the red. Give it up for CSO Esports Model. And the red. And his opponent in the lower right. In the blue, it is Mr. L. With the easy tools. Good job, Akron. Get in messages. Hey, thanks for the follow, Baltar Games. A little under the weather here from a rough late night stream with Yeti. Welcome, welcome. All right, we are gonna have another gate gas scout, so would have been a good. Well, we saw that worked out in game number 1. I mean, if you're gonna go on a low committal 2 racks like that, I think you might as well just went for like a tech lab. Should have went proxy marauder. Marauder marine. Alrighty. Well, with this late of a... Oh man, look at this. Mr. L is gonna possibly be mauling, but like, oh, well, whatever. I used to be a Terran main. I probably still am. Just have to play Protoss in this tournament. Probe is gonna find absolutely nothing and just kind of like derp into the corner there. Yeah. Well, imagine, like, nothing we could have done better there, right, chat? Now, I'm not actually insulting Mr. L, but like, imagine if we pylon scouted. Imagine if we pylon scouted a Terran. Like, might have some information. Mr. L is going to look for proxy racks. See that there is at least a factory there. He's possibly expecting a proxy in 111, so like a factory or in starport after, but this is not going to be the case. Reaper's looking around for a proxy as well, or another probe. So it's a battle of who's scouting for the proxy first, and the Reaper's going to find no value for Morrow. Speaking of interesting starts. Okay, yeah, he's just going for 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Possibly a couple more. I'm thinking he's just going to push with 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Kind of like a TVT build, but TVT opener in said matchup, which is pretty common. Oh, we're actually going into maybe a 2-on-1 or more than likely 3 racks factory. We'll see here. Tech Lab going down on the factory. 2 Reapers and Hellion are going to move across the map. This is pretty good. Pylon Scout equals Cannon Rush. Oh my goodness. Okay. How you doing, sickest? All right, 2 Reapers and a Hellion going to injure Ms. Adept as it gets dumpstered before the Cyanic transfer completes. Blink on the way for our Protoss player. We do have a tank coming out, and it is going to be 3 racks factory. Can be a pretty powerful build. Hellion's still here. Well, that gateway wall is going to be absolutely helpful against the Marine Marauder tank push that's presumably coming pretty soon. Or that one Hellion. Chat, sorry if I'm kind of a dick today. I'm actually... These guys are really good. I like Mr. L. I like Morrow. Just kind of under the weather. So... we'll probably warm up here as time goes on. Looking forward to all the matches. Well... Stim and combat shields on the way for our Terran player. Army supply obviously massively in favor of Terran because, you know, earlier on I think they just had better tools, huh? They have more tools. But stalkers are actually alright before stim and combat shields, but not when you go into a tank. And, well, tank will not get any hull damage. Marine's going to chase this all back. Mr. L is just going to go and retreat. Realizes what's up roughly. I'm not actually sure if he saw all the Marines, but that should be a pretty good indicator of what's to come. That said, yeah, it's going to be a Marine tank push exclusively with stim and combat shields. 3 tanks and, oh, yeah, the 4 boys to repair the tanks. That said, it's just blinky boys and nothing else. Do we have a shield battery? No shield battery in the natural, no immortal. We don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh, Mr. L has no idea what's happening. Does now. Probe does scout the entire push. And all he's got is blinky boys to defend. He's going to drop a shield battery, which will not be done for a while. Some of the Marines taking a lot of a beating. Tanks are now sieged. Stim and combat shields finishing up is going to be pretty nice for Morrow. Morrow is getting in position. Tank's a little disjointed, but he's absolutely fine. But now the stim and win potentially could just happen here. Oh no. Oh, actually there's a kill on a bunker. Very nice for Mr. L. Morrow is starting to pulverize the shield battery here in the natural, but guess what? It's exposing the tanks. Beautiful snipes from Mr. L. Well, almost beautiful snipes from Mr. L. Did about as good as he could. Alright. Killed 2 of the tanks. One is very, very injured, but I think there's just too much here. I think one stim and A move just... Okay, we have probes attacking each other. That's a new one. And, yeah, this looks like it's a stim and win. Gamer Richie would be proud. Oh, buddy. Yeah, this is a lot of damage. 23 probes and counting. Third Nexus or not. This is 44 to 9 workers with 2 stalkers and a massive Terran army for push number 2. Pretty sure Protoss just wins because of race advantage, Kappa. Maru is absolutely decimating this match, Little Mac. That's what you missed out on. And we're going to see this massive Protoss push of 2 stalkers and an observer. Oh, man. Mr. L, you're dead. A GG is acceptable. I know it's a tournament, but come on, man. Oh, my good lord. Let's see. There it is. And, well, Morrow takes game number 2. The classic 7:30 Protoss timing with 17 workers. Honestly, 3 racks factory is a nasty build. Do you have a melon? What? Koli v Lichiko? Oh, you want to do a poll or a pin? Or prediction? Do you want a prediction? You do / prediction. I can do it if you really want to. Akron, you still gotta think about your command. By the way, because of winning yesterday. And I gotta relaunch my bot. Alright. Honestly, that was a very well executed, greatly timed little push from from our Oof, nothing we could do better here on my side, huh? Guys, I drank like 2 glasses of milk and coffee. Does that constitute his breakfast, lunch? I think so. Don't ask me why. It was the most random thing when I woke up as we wait for Mr. L, because, you know, he needs a little bit of a break between matches. Yeah, Little Mac, I totally agree. Wave Captain also here too. By the way, guys, he's got a YouTube video out. Make sure you check it out. Guy's actually a Chad. Look at that. I saw him in chat earlier and give him that. He actually did some help before. Mamma mia. Chad, I'm disappointed. SCV says hydrate. Well, waiting for Mr. L because Morrow knocked you out. Acheron, get hydrating, but we're gonna have to get Acheron in voice to get some hydrates. Like one day, we're gonna have to get him a big ass jug, like this big, and he's gonna have to drink all the water. And yes, you're allowed pee breaks. We're gonna get, now that you've revealed yourself on the Dave Twitch stream. We're gonna have to make I'm gonna have to say something about Acheron, like say something about Pilly Pilly as a channel point now. All right. Anyway, spawning in the upper right-hand corner, representing CSO Esports in the red, it is Morrow, Mr. Terran Man, and his opponent in the Easy Tools team, it is Mr. L, Mr. L underscore. He's actually gonna pylon scout this game. Well, goddamn, that is some big dick energy right there. Imagine pylon scouting a Terran. The Atlanta hydrate stream, yeah, you're gonna be hydrating all right down there. I still highly doubt I'm gonna make it now, but the fact that I got up today and still held the players up was something. Dark Omega's like, yo, I'm just betting on Protoss. He's like, I'm not betting on the series. I'm betting on Acheron winning the whole thing. Sorry, guys. The memes are real, my European friends. I am not surprised to see Mr. L in the finals again, to be honest with you. We got Countess in the finals, too, which is actually pretty cool to see some different moving and shaking, as with the NA ones. A picture of parting with a red hammer over his face and crying in PT Churro. Go in the corner, Gator! Big true. That is probably one of the funniest things I ever heard. Well, guys, let's see what happens. Just a regular scout. I have a feeling we're going to see him 1-1-1 this game. Just calling it now. But a more standard time one. This is going to be a macro game from our Terran player. Mr. L could do something cheeky like 4-gate blink. Actually stealing Acheron's builds. No. Probe is going to be trapped in for a moment. Reaper's going to have easy pickings, but a gas steal goes down from Mr. L underscore. Oh, he almost gets the SEV, but regardless, he's just being a nuisance with this gas block, which people usually say is not a great idea against Terran. Honestly, I don't hate it. They're going to rely on the one gas for a while anyway, but the reason being, you get some free scouting information, if nothing else, and ultimately going to distract the Reaper, etc. in said case, but there's a billion other ways and better. Wait, what's he doing with the... Okay, he's going to proxy something. Are we going to see a proxy dang shrine or something? Because, that probe is not going to harass the CC or bunker, which have completed the adepts out. Not doing any scouting, but just staying home to defend it first. Don't really hate it. For the immediate. And, like a Chad, Morrow is just going to take his, third gas. And just leave the assimilator. So that is the most underwhelming gas deal I've ever seen in Star... No, I'm just kidding. I gotta tease the players a little bit. I'm not as bad as Eurystheus when Yuri comes in the chat with me. What up, Goliath? Dark Omega says DTs, please. True. We're not gonna see DTs. We're gonna see Blink Stalkers. And we're not gonna see a proxy. We're just seeing a scouting probe. We're gonna see Jack and shit. And Jack just left town. That being said, it's gonna be a Marine mine drop. I think he might actually do it. He may just do a Widow mine drop, but that would be pretty cool to see in on Morrow's end anyway. Would not be for Mr. L, but those can get a little bit of damage, especially when you have a Hellion and a Reaper still alive. You could get quite annoying with this, but guess what? The Reaper comes in an awkward time, scouts stuff out, but that is one dead Reaper. We're gonna call that Reaper Bion. Okay, that was... Very interesting trades have happened this whole game. Okay, we're gonna steal the gas. The prop is not scouted. That would be comical if the medevac just went right over it. No, it's real Morrow. Like Mario without the eye. Alright. Well, now that you guys said that, Budget Maru, aka Morrow, is gonna come in with a Widow Mine drop and go right into Stalkers. Finding not a mucho. Oh, does he get... usually the best you can hope for is if he got the Sentry, maybe a Stalker, but he's gonna find nothing. 3 workers go down. Nothing too overwhelming there from our... Protoss player, or from our Terran player. So good defense from Mr. L. Okay, Morrow's gonna continue to do single unit attacks, and he's gonna just send his Raven out. I personally prefer the Marine Tank Raven push because you get potential for interference matrix if you're going against anything. Hell, even if it's an Archon earlier. But you got interference matrix, anti-armor missile. Pylon's gonna scout this. But instead, he's just going to try to drop some auto turrets down. But Stalkers are going to be ready to greet this. This Raven's not going to be able to do anything. And, yeah. I think some auto turrets would have been a little better. If nothing else for defense against the Stalkers. And he could have scouted the Observer, but what do I know? 3rd CC going down for Morrow on the high ground, not on location. But these 2 siege tanks should help for a bit. Yeah, this isn't going to get much value. Shouldn't get much value, I should say. Oh, yep, Stim and combat shield's not down. Oh no, it's me and Mario. See, if we sent that Raven back home, could have been one more mule instead of the scan. Maru is budget Morrow. True. Big true. Little Mac, I has a question for you. Okay, well, these Stalkers are going to jump on top of this chiseling away. I think they might get a free tank or at least some damage. Blink is done. Oh, getting some value on these units. This is really delaying the push, and though he's not killing Marines, he damages 1 tank pretty extensively and gets a medevac. Chargy boys are done. We got an Immortal out. Robotics page is going down, and another Immortal on the way. This is going to be pretty good for a Protoss player, but the army supply, obviously in favor of Morrow, does have Stim and combat shields. And +1 infantry weapons. Ooh, one of the tanks does fall, and, well, I guess we'll see here. Pretty decent Protoss force, Guardian shields activated, and a nice blink on the back tank. Forward-facing tank does fall, the back one does not, and oh! Well, actually, the second tank does fall. We will see a... Well, nothing to warp in. Still a few units out. Shield battery finishes. I believe that is a hold. Pretty decent cleanup, but the 3 Marines are going to be annoying for a bit. 1 Mortal going to try to find some value. No Stalkers out. Well, now we're going to see a few more. He just had the 1. That shield battery somewhat survives, and the medevac goes down. Maru going for another drop with just Marine Marauder. But now's not the time. He just saw the units. He should have just regrouped. I think this push is actually a really bad decision. Unfortunately for Maru. That's units he could use later, because he's just not going to be able to push into this with the Immortal, with the charge lots, with the Stalkers. And the Zealot's going to be right on top of this. Draining some medevac energy, but not really. Just dies instantly to Marauders. Okay, I like this out of our Terran player. He does have a Ghost Academy coming at 850 something. Not too shabby. Pretty good ghost timing as long as he remembers EMP, or Enhanced Shockwave rather. He should be pretty good. Extended Thermal Lance in the way with a Disruptor. Following up with the Token Colossi from our Protoss player, Mr. L. Alright, this is kind of a weird, really strange, disjointed push. He's trying to go for a multi-prong, that he being Maru. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do, chat? It's me, Maru. I'm gonna stim and check to the 4th that I already scanned and saw isn't there. He's gonna depower the Disruptor. That's actually pretty big. There's one chilling in the natural though, just waiting for this Bioforce. Picking off a few Zealots potentially, and that's about it. Does he get the Disruptor? Oh, that's actually kind of nice. So delaying the Robo production. He does save the medevac, just barely. Actually a brilliant maneuver from Maru. That was actually not too bad. And a multi-prong attack. He does find some value. I think he could have probably pushed in, but he's making calculated trades. We think he's making calculated trades. Well, I don't know about this right here. Protoss is just going to A-move. A-Movicus Maximus. And one Zealot. The one Zealot run by is going to kill no SCVs. Okay, there we go. I just died to Ghosts and Marines. Alright, we got 3 very injured Marines that like 2 probes can kill. Oh, the Raven! Nothing like a 1043 Raven auto turret drop. Is it still alive? Nope. Wow. Marines actually get some hull damage on that. Nice! Disruptor kills like every Widow Mine from Maru. Maru. I keep saying Maru. Mamma mia. Okay, there's a lot of Ghost. EMP is going to be pretty helpful, but he's continually EMPing the same units, so EMPs are great and all, but not if you don't attack them. Does get some good damage on the Colossi, though. Or Terran player on 4 bases. Protoss to 3. Army supply in favor of Mr. L, however. That said, would be nice to see the production tab. Psionic Storm coming down from Mr. L, who's just on +1 ground weapons. Okay, he's starting +2. And our Terran player is on 1-1. Not going for another eBay. Usually, a lot of Terrans are going to stick on to the same one eBay, not really going for it when you're at this point with Enhanced Shockwave. Oh, he's got late Enhanced Shockwave. He did land some good EMPs then, but would have been nice to see that earlier because he's going to need it in this fight and not have it. That said, 6 workers falling for Terra, and a lot of the Stalkers going to start to disintegrate, but the Disruptor does catch a Ghost, a Marauder, and a Marine. 20 SCVs fall for Maru. Maru. God damn it. I'm just going to call him Mario so I don't fuck everybody up. Son of a gun. Alright, let's see here. Widow Mines. Being Widow Mines. Still good at all times during the game. Yeah, actually, Maru is getting a little bit done in multi-prime, but just at the end of the day, a lot of those pushes were not too eventful. One Dark Templar is going to find some value. There's no missile turret, but a scan should kill the DT eventually. Oh. Purification Nova does find one Marauder, but that is about it. 4 workers fell between this, and the 3rd CC is lifted. Ooh, accidental A move on the starport. And we're finally going to see a fourth base from a Protoss come up at 13 minutes. And it has completed. Guardian Shield activated. The Liberator is going to be a bit of a nuisance, but one does fall. Disruptors. Catching. Oh my god, that was a pretty good value disruptor. And one Dark Templar again. What's with these one DT run bys and one Zealot? Like, one DT is obviously going to find a little more, but not when it hits a planetary. Okay, the unnecessary base race. And not even... Is it me or is the supplies just not looking that big for this time of the game? We do a recall down to the third. Protoss is fine. EMP activated before Psionic Storm lands, but one does fall. 3 disruptors do make massive connects. What a scrappy game in the what is going on with the probes? Widow mines? No, I have no idea. But G is called and Mr. L takes game number 3. Yeah. All right, so we're on to game number 4 in just a couple minutes. Excuse me, guys. And yeah. Hydrate. Yeah, I need some damn water. Drinking like not even hot anymore coffee. I got Morrow laughing because I go Morrow Erotica I mentioned earlier. Oh no, it's a Dark Templar. Dark Omega. Mamma mia. We have no missile turrets. Well, we do have some single Gs. Alright, well. Alright, guys, we got some copy pastas here. I'm just gonna continue on. There we go, guys. Good job, chat. I don't see enough copy pastas, though. Huh? All right. There we go. Gene Sim joined it in too. Good job, Dark Omega, Little Mac, and Gene Sim. We need more copy pasta. Let's see somebody else hop in this copy pasta action. Yeah, and I still got to figure out what I'm doing for yesterday's tournaments. Because the VOD's going to be up. Acheron, remind me what, in Discord, do things. Copying the name makes it better. There we go. I like the names in there too. When I'm in the ESL chat. Speaking of ESL, dear ESL, I'm breaking up with you. Your tournament's cut into my drinking time with Yeti that I'm not supposed to be doing on Saturday nights. Actually, Yeti forgot to get his profiles together so he can co-cast with me, and we're gonna get his mic situation fixed on Saturday nights. Huh? All right. There we go. Good job, chat. Kisu. Yes, we got it going. Maru's like 1,000 times better or more. But I'm like, I keep saying Maru. Maru. It's up to him to come back for all Terrans everywhere. All right. Down a point, but not out this map. On to game number 4. Give it up for Maru from CSO Esports in the red. And his opponent in the bottom left. From Easy Tools. It is Mr. L. Saw nothing, chat. Yeah. You know, if...
Game paused.
There you go. Protoss OP redeemed. There you go, Dark Omega. I actually did it in a tournament, guys, because I'm not on ref. Oh, yeah, that's some pretty bad ping. Well, then. F in chat for Super Mario Brothers. How you doing, Cheezisk? Remake. Yeah. I say this is early enough. There's no point in resuming from replay. It's just going to complicate things. Yeah, I don't think this definitely does not warrant a resume from replay. There was 23 seconds in the game. Everybody could see it. This ain't GSL. This ain't ESL. This ain't DreamHack. Rattata in chat. Rattata, these are the real players here, right? You gotta look out for these guys. They're the up-and-comers. How you doing, young man? Real Rattata in chat. Quit the game, guys. Yes. You're great. No, it's okay. I feel bad. I missed a lot of stuff. Like, I missed the Christianer stream. I'm gonna actually message him. Oh, he's streaming now. You know what? If you ever get into streaming here, we gotta get you an orangutan emote. I'm just saying. Just saying, buddy. Hey, hopefully we have more tournaments. I actually was talking to Chicken Man. What up, Gref?
94 says, what up, buddy?
How you doing, Gref? We'll have more tournaments, but I'm really on hopium I can get my shit together this week. But yeah, we had some copy pastas in chat. We're having fun. What up? In fact, I'm going to start the same copy pasta again. With Acheron's name in it. Yes, let's go. Honestly, you don't know. Alright, let's go, guys. Oops, what the deuce? Hang on, guys, I gotta get the score set up. And naturally, my phone would be going crazy. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner this time. Hopefully, his internet doesn't cut out. Representing CSO Esports, it's Super Mario. In the red. And his opponent in the upper right. L underscore. L underscore, it's Mr. L. In the blue. Alright. Got a little bit of Scouterino going on. And, yeah, Mr. L's actually making Dave happy here. He's doing a pylon scout. He's not making Gref happy in chat, because there's no... And, yeah. I'm getting some nasty gram text messages as this goes on, so bear with me a moment. Just to scout on both sides. Gonna be a core before Nexus, presumably. Well, it's gonna be a Nexus before core. Never mind. Yeah, don't hate the Reaper wall. That is a pretty light cyber core, unfortunately. Probe across the map. Gonna be a marine opener from Morrow. And yeah. All right. Yeah, just gonna be a double marine opener from... All right, guys. Sorry, I have to... Bear with me. It's a little annoying, but we got this. It's gonna be a 3-racks opener from Morrow. And we're gonna adapt opener, so hopefully there could be a scout from Mr. L, but... very unlikely. Okay, he's actually waiting for a Reaper. No Reaper's gonna come out. He should send that adept out in a couple seconds. Considering he has a Reaper wall. At least on one point. And I like this from Morrow, actually. He's trying to anticipate where the adept's coming from, getting those Marines out. Alright, adept is gonna shade across. Oh, fuck this phone. Sorry, guys. I'm too much of a boomer to text and cast. How you doing, sickest? You know, this guy... Oh my god, this is hilarious, the chat. Alright, anyway. Adept gonna find some value here. Doing a little chisel. He's gonna see nothing but a bunch of Marines. Which could just mean, well, it's a reactor. Barracks, and that's it. So, not really too much scouting information for our Protoss to know for sure this is 3-rack. So, he is committed to blanking. Well, this is actually going to be a little bit of a problem for a wall. Warp gauge is finishing up for Protoss. Stem on the way, and then the second tech lab to follow with a factory. So, it's going to be a 3-1-1 follow-up, of course. The little... Marines just kind of postured out to check stuff in the middle of the map, hiding in the bushes. Little guerrilla warfare going on. You're doing good now that Morrow's getting a map from Protoss, no doubt. Alright. We shall see what happens. Morrow is out to avenge up a tree Zelda on the NA side, but Acheron was just too strong. All right, this is a big ass push with stem, and combat shields isn't going to be done for the first moment. No combat shield is going to be a little helpful, but this is only 4 stalkers and a sentry. So it is going to be scouted, but there's not a lot Protoss can do. Maybe a good force field, but the shield battery's not down. Some blink micro or not. This is going to be tough to deal with. And, well, combat shield's going to finish up mid-fight. I think this is Morrow's game, potentially. Yeah, the Immortal's delayed. Marines are a little battered and overstimmed, but there's only 1 stalker to defend. That's a good amount of probe kills. Definitely more costly than a Widow Mine drop, but definitely a little more guaranteed in damage. Ooh, try hard Marine micro does the trick. Let's take a look at the traits. Definitely in favor of Terran. Yeah, that is definitely an Imagine Terran moment. Let's take a look here. Well, income advantage heavily in favor of Morrow and the army size to boot. He's going pure Marine. Now just getting some Marauders and Medivacs with the tank. We don't see +1 on the way. Interestingly enough, he's not going for an eBay +1 follow-up just yet. I mean, in the least, I'd like to see Concussive Shell with this, but it's still going to be a strong push, but Concussive Shell finishes so quick, and it's only 50-50, so would be a great addition to this push. I don't know about this engagement in third. We got a little bit of lag here. Sorry about that. Some of you may know my internet's been a little rough here. I don't know what the hell? I don't think that was a drop. I think there was just a stemmed marine beelining into the Nat and main. All right. Mr. L going right into disruptors. Does like to do this from time to time. Nice drop in the main again. This is a little bit better of a multi-prong attack from Morrow this game. He is, however, going to potentially lose. Yeah, he's going to lose one medevac. It was the less populated one. And, well, 10, 11, 12, 15 workers, a shield battery, and pylon do fall at the third base. Morrow's actually getting the work in, and behind it, he's just macroing up, pumping out those units, gets his first eBay, going into a 2 eBay build, has his third base. Orbital coming down and saturated. He still takes the army lead. A Protoss player with the observer out, though, can see some of this. But the drop's not done. The work is... Yeah, this is then totally worth it of a push. Medevac even surviving for the moment. But there's going to be yet another push from Morrow. This is not looking good for Mr. L. He does have a disruptor. He has another in production. But he's going to need... Realistically, he's just going to have to keep trading and try his best to macro. He's behind 22 workers. He's going to be behind in upgrades. We have double Liberator production. We have an armory coming down, another starport. Yeah, this is going to be quite the feat if Mr. L could come back from this. He's just too far. Like, being behind in upgrades, and now with the armory, we know that means ship weapons, considering how many Liberators are here. It's a 4-base Terran, potentially, in a moment. But I think we're going to get into a game 5 here pretty soon, unless we see a throw. I mean, I'll be honest. I think another drop would be very smart from Morrow. He's going to return home. Had he went for a drop here, going for the Robo Bay and depowering this pylon would be huge. You could get more worker kills too, but I think killing the Robo Bay and the pylon would be the better targets. Did he remember concussive? He forgot concussive shell, so I mentioned that earlier. It's kind of like when you forget enhanced shockwaves, but I think that's a little more impactful. Not having concussive is going to be huge for a Terran player. That's a pretty big upgrade. Pretty big upgrade to forget. Question is it going to be a... we'll see what happens here. 4th base planetary coming up. And yeah, we're going to actually have +1 from a Protoss player. +2 infantry weapons going down for Morrow. But Psionic Storm's going. I almost feel like Morrow has been allowing his opponent some time. This is a lot of goddamn Liberators, though. He should try to get something done. A 4th base is going to be attempted from Mr. L, but I think Morrow does have the stuff to... he does have the tools if he just engages correctly. But no concussive again. He is getting a Ghost Academy. I hate to keep bringing it up, but it would be so much better for such a high, heavy stalker composition. He could actually get God's work done. 4 Marauders going into the main base. This joining the Protoss army. There is a photon cannon now, however. And he may actually catch on to this. Nope. That is a lot of Liberators. I mean, that's enough Liberators where I wouldn't hate an immediate fusion core, but he doesn't even have +1 ship weapons. It doesn't matter. There's just so many Liberators. My God. Well, The entire army is going to debate up, and that's a lot of disruptors at the same time. However, they're starting to fall. Liberators dropping down on this. Sentries falling. Stalkers falling. There's a lot of Morrow and just not a lot of Mr. L. It is 111 to 13 in fallen army supply. Disruptor actually does absolutely nothing. This is looking like game, folks. GG. Morrow takes us into game number 5. Very well played by our Red Terran player from CSO Esports. All right. All right. Jesus, I keep getting all the spam. As we all do, but politicians running for stuff, wanting money. Oh my God. I'm not even in that state, man. Let's... Jeebus, so not based. How you doing, Blood Rain? You'll have some money? Exactly. I want to message him and be like, bruh, I haven't even been working. Like, hello? All right. Well. All right. Oh no, I started madness in chat. I mentioned politics, and it's all gonna start now. Would you like to donate? I mean, you can donate to Dave. That's what I'd recommend. Dave and Yeti 2024. It's Kirktown. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner, representing CSO Esports. Give it up tomorrow on match point. And his opponent in the bottom left. Is he going to win? Is he going to go on into the finals? It is Mr. L. This could go either way, guys. Oh, at Uzi, it's Iron? Oh, yeah, I remember that account. What's up, Iron? How did I not guess it's you? That's like your other account. What up? What up? Real Iron in chat. All right. Mr. Morrow. Just setting up pretty standard. And smartly, Mr. L wisened up again for his second or third game with the Pylon Scout. Hey, Denny. Denny. All right. We're seeing all the people from all the places in chat. All right, guys. Well, probe is going to go on. Again, I'm a little disappointed. We don't have any Morrow erotica in chat, you know? All you have to do is remove the eye, and we have the best potential. Usually I'm getting trolled left and right. Imagine actually behaving in a tournament. My God. Reaper is going to go out. Yeah, there's no chrono on the Adept. Somebody chronoed their workers. Don't know how much I like that in a said situation. So you're basically eking out a couple workers quick to potentially just die to a Reaper, but Morrow is going to instead just scout the natural and go home. Oh my God. Yeah, he's going for a 2 Reaper Hellion push. No! Never mind. He's going for a Widow Mine. All right. There's just going to be 2 Reapers. Scouting out for proxies? Question mark. I mean, you know, it is match point. I don't blame him for being a little protective, but he's got no information on Protoss. Could be a Stargate build. It's not going to be, but Mr. L is so far been pretty predictable in the last couple of games. Depth does not do much, and we do have a little bit of missed target fire from Morrow. Adept shading back in, chasing the... It all does see the 2 Reapers, but... So the Adept does get some information over that Widow Mine. Is not going to be engaged. Oh, that's actually smart. What the hell is Morrow doing? Now he's going to use the... Oh my God, he actually got a kill on... Oh, it was just an SCV. Okay. Widow Mine is going to go down, but at this point, the Adept is trading pretty decently. However, the 2 Reapers are going to get a couple probes. Ooh, actually 2 probes for 2 Reapers is very much in favor for Mr. L. He's going into Blink again. Is going to be a Widow Mine drop, as we called for Morrow. Adept still alive, still getting work, and guess what? That Shade almost makes it in, but does scout everything. Scouts absolutely everything. If that Adept gets that Marine, that is a pretty... Yeah, that is a 4-kill Adept. Extremely high value. 4 Widow Mine drop is scouted, however. But he just doesn't know what position it's coming from. Do have another gate. So it is going to be 3-gate Blink. Might go for the 4th. Looks like he's posturing for 4th. He's not going to set up for a 3rd. Interestingly enough, against a Widow Mine drop, I would just say heck it and get that 433rd, but isn't going to do so. He's got enough units to take care of this. 5 Stalkers would be ideal, but actually this is such a late Widow Mine drop though that Blink's gonna be done, so that could be helpful in the yeah, beautiful micro from Mr. L. He does clean up the Widow Mine drop in the back. Wait, actually, did he clean the whole thing up? Yeah, that's dead medevac and 4 mines. That's very, very high committal for Morrow. Man. I mean, as long as you guys aren't saying anything bad, it's fine. I usually have a lot of people from Poland in my chat at times too, but this is the first time I've actually had much Polish talk. That's kind of cool. I'll take it. I'm surprised. We usually have Geralt and Christiana and sometimes Trifax in here and such. And then even when Mana was in here, we didn't have much talk. Oh my God, look at this. This is going to be a bit of a problem for Morrow. However, it is the 2-base Protoss. So, that said, he's down on workers. He has the potential to mule. He is got a long ways for stim and combat shields. If he can kind of eke his way through this, I do see a potential chance because this is a really late 3rd from Protoss. He's going to need to hold and trade and just push across the map, basically, is his best option for a 2-base all-in and maybe boys pull. I think that would, but yeah, I don't think that's going to matter. There's no stem, there's no combat shields. These are just plain Jane Marines. And they will not be saving Ryan's privates right here. They're not going to be shaving Ryan's privates. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is, well, Mr. L's bought his opponent some time, though, but at the same time, like, yeah, he's traded definitely way more efficiently. Very good defense earlier on, but charge is completed now. +1's finished for Protoss, and it's looking really scary for Morrow. He's got to get some work done on the other side. He's going to attempt to with the drop, but this is all in on Stalkers when he has charge a lot potential. His next warping is likely to be charge lots, but does this war prism just go down? What? Whoa! Beautiful blink forward from Mr. L. Yeah, this is not looking good for our Terran player. Oh my god, the medevac just gets sniped. Marine drop, trying to find some value in the back, but there are 4 Stalkers warped in with a +1 ground weapons advantage. He does force a whole recall back, so I guess he's kind of feeling like he's delaying the inevitable because we don't have +1 in infantry armor. He didn't get concussive shells again. Imagine if we had concussive shells with this. Oh, does he get the war prism? That's huge. Okay, so that does take out. He's pulling every boy he has. He's pulling everything. There's only 2 workers left. Mining gas. This is as all in as it can be. And imagine if we had marauders. That's all I'm saying. Okay, nice tank drops. But a lot of the army's gone, and a lot of the boys are gone, but we're gonna have some reinforcements coming in. Your boys. But they're fighting into a battery overcharge shield battery. Oh my god, this is gonna be a disasterly. Very well played though. I think this is gonna be game right here in a moment. It was just not enough. Mr. L takes it, and Morrow puts up a valiant effort. So we have another series coming up, but damn, that was pretty good series. We're Billy's boy. Yes. Now it's Zelos versus Countess, I believe. Or Countess versus Zelos. We'll do it in said manner. All right. Hey, what up, part-time badass? Coil Lichico. Welcome. Anybody new here? Smash that follow button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. It's 1 click. It is going. All right, so it is Countess versus Zelos in our next match for the Vulcan Cup Fall 2022 European Finals. Before the Grand Finals, we had NA yesterday, and Acheron actually dumpstered everybody. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better. My hours still are... Man, I derailed so much on that part-time badass and sleep, but tomorrow I should be... We did a little better today. I made it in time, but I was a little under the weather. Wait, what the fuck? Guys, look at this. Erotic get nasty. Who the fuck is this? What? What in the goddamn hell? in the Dave Testa chat channel, that is on Europe. That's pretty. Who the fuck is that? Yeah, it takes a while to get back after COVID. Yeah, it's more than that. Is that, where's the any? No. Least degenerate silver. I mean, it could be a grandmaster smurfing down. No. I do, sadly, I do know, I do have a friend that would, smurf accounts down to bronze. Masters 1 proxy raxer. Literally only proxy 4 axes against most races and other shit, and then he smurfs down. And would actually smurf bronzies, which is very, very fucked up. Anyway, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Moondance. In the blue, give it up for a Countess. And their opponent in the bottom right, representing Platinum Heroes, give it up for Zelos. In the red. Another PVT. Very, very cool stuff. We got another PVT going. Countess not going for Pylon Scout. And interestingly enough, looks a little cheeky from Zelos. I mean, he could be scouting for Proxy, but I'm guessing we're going to see a Proxy. This could be Proxy Marauder, honestly. With the, like, the fake out variety. I don't think so. Starting to look more like we're going to see a Proxy Factory. Nope. It is exactly as I said. It's going to be Proxy Marauder. With a little bit of debate to make it look normal from Zelos. It actually could be pretty cool. We see this on Asian servers a lot more. Hey, what up, Aries? Yeah, where are you, mods? We got no predictions? Come on. Come on. All right, I got a prediction for you. Prediction is... this command center is getting delayed. A little bit. Nope. It's actually not too bad. All right, let me get a prediction up for you guys. Choose outcome is Mr. L _. Mods, can you make a prediction? Anybody? Anybody? If not, I can do it. Yep, look at this. It's the CC going down. I love this build, but I don't like this Proxy Marauder location. This is pretty far. So by the time the Marauders get there, there could be a shield battery. There could be a lot of things. If Protoss realizes anything's amiss. Probe even survived. Yeah, it's going to be the reactor follow-up too, so it's going to be Marines and Marauders. And there's still a ground CC.
Or am I so safe that
Hey,
you just
Thorn,
blew
thank you
your
for the
mind?
7 months with
Thorn
Prime.
969 just subscribed.
Thank you so much, buddy. Do appreciate it. Concussive Shells is on the way for our Protoss player. It is going to be a Concussive Shell Marauder Marine push. Might just use the Marines defensively. Nah, he's going to push across. And the CC should finish up uncontested. Shield battery going down is going to be a little rough. Protoss or Terran player is going to have to get pushing here. Pretty soon does have the barracks rallied. And yeah, well, 2 Marines are going to chase the Adept away. Oh my goodness, there's a sentry here. SCV. Well, recall of the... oh my gosh. Yeah, this was a bit of a disaster in terms of time, but good response from Countess. Zelos is not dead yet. From the push isn't held. He does have a second command center, but it is still a little committed to say the least. There's another battery coming down. We got another gateway. I think this is going to be held pretty well. Stim is on the way, however, behind us at the proxy location. The Adept and the Stock are going to survive for a bit. Battery overcharge activated. But no bio really falling down. Countess smartly pulls a few probes. That battery overcharge is still ticking, so it is going to defend for a bit, but we just don't have a lot of Protoss units yet. And the third battery in the front does finish up. So plenty of battery energy, but the problem is when Stim comes in and the amount of bile that's going to be here, even though some of these units are really battered, the DPS is just going to be too much. Thank you again, Thorn and Tater Tutor. Fuck yeah. Welcome, Tutor of Taters. All right. It is going to be a boys' pull. Ha! Oof, Zealous with the all-in here. I like it. It's spicy start to the series. It is sub 5 minutes, and this game is looking pretty ogre pretty soon. Countess left the game. Oh, I actually thought Countess could hold, but that was an Artosis pylon that was target fired. What up? Thank you, Space Face Raptor. Oh boy. Dave, you're a noob? Oh boy, Gref. Yes, I am. Graf, you're a funny guy. Big noob. Graf with the double chat. Yeah, that Artosis pylon did unfortunately cost Countess the game. And yeah. Graf, why are you BMing me in Graf is a funny kid. You could BM me in Twitch chat, but you're choosing to BM me in game. Alright. Down a map and not out. Come back hard in this one. Spawning in the bottom left, it is Countess in the blue. And her opponent in the upper right, representing Platinum Heroes. Give it up for our Mr. Proxy Rax cheesing man. Killing the Artosis pylon. It is Zealous in red. Oh, we get a long cock in chat. Look at that long cock. We doing good. We doing okay-ish. All right, Countess going for a gate scout again. This time, you know, last game I don't think it would have mattered. Even with a pylon scout, it's that's a tough read. But a very smart play from Zelos. He's been doing his homework. All right, looks to be a more standard game this one. Alright, Countess being annoying with the probe. Would like to see a gas scout. We are going to get one. Okay, she's going to confirm there's one gas and get the hell out. Reaper on the way for Mr. Zelos. So he's just going for a Reaper expand. And yep, we're going to see that drop. Countess is just going to get out of there for the moment. Alright, that being said, it was a... No, it was core before Nexus, so Countess is fine for getting an Adept out, but the Reaper's going to start crossing and going across the map, rather, and is going to chase after a probe, looking for it, and over here, You know, us Protoss players like to get cheeky with that probe and try to hide it. Is going to be found. But that bought time for an Adept to be out for Countess, who does have a Reaper wall anyway, so consequently it doesn't really matter. Reactor going down on the barracks is going to be potentially 3 racks. Yep, it's going to be a 3 racks from Zelos. Very strong build, especially if you're against Blink, but we'll see what Countess does. She is actually looking to go Blink. We didn't have a delayed warp gate and, you know, a couple Adept follow-ups, so no Phoenix charge lot, Phoenix Adept, Phoenix Colossus. Just a little bit of the standard PVT here. Reaper is defended though so far, so yeah, that looks like, yeah, actually I don't hate this from Countess. Even smartly keeping the Stalker here. All right, so she hasn't made it across the map with an Adept yet, but it looks like Countess has a pretty smart SimCity in my eyes, because she's gonna have a robo that is a little away from things.
Who wants to have some fun?
Hey, thank you, Light and Yakazuka. Thank you guys, little cranky ducklings. I'm gonna give you guys a little shout out here, regardless of being in game. You're in the Vulcan Cup Finals. Welcome, Raiders. Guys, make sure you give the cranky ducklings a follow. Yeah, just nice Sunday here. I hope happy Halloween, by the way. I forgot to say that to everybody, but hope you guys had a fantastic stream. I saw you were doing Berserker, I think. Very cool stuff. Oh yeah. Light is officially now an old man, folks. Omega Kappa. Happy belated birthday, even though I happy birthday to you, Light. Alright, can confirm. Nah, man, you got once you hit 30, that was my year. Countess is really committing, hammering down on 2 bases. This is pretty wild. She's going for a charge lot all in. Oh, buddy. You don't see this every day. She pulled off gas. I got a little distracted here, guys. Sorry about that, but this is going to be pretty impactful, potentially. I like this against the 3 racks, truthfully. She's got 2 Immortals and charge lots, and she's just going to go pulverize. Admittedly, you can... Well, she needs some more pylons. She needs to drop a few more pylons. Is going to have charge with the double Immortals. Marine is out. The Adepts and the Charge boys are going to... Well, and definitely going to tip their hat here. A couple Marines are disjointed from the army to scout. Nice SimCity, though, from Zelos. So he has a pretty good read of this. But at the same time, she could potentially pull back the gas, drop a Templar Archives, and just go right into Archons as well. So there is a caveat to this. If you get a good amount of damage but don't just end the game, you do have a potential comeback, even though you're very committed and it's full walled in. Yeah, not the fight she's looking for. Countess pulverizing with the Immortals in the front. The Zealots do surround one of the bunkers. But again, that's some beautiful SimCity from our Terran player. Oh, she didn't micro the Immortals. Oh no, Zelos takes game number 2. Yeah, there was no drop to the main, and little unlucky. But that said, we'll see what happens here in game number 3. So far, Zelos is up 2 points. Can Countess come back and bring a point on the board for the UK? For the King. All right. Game number 3 is going on. And this is seeming a little rough. There's a lot on the line for Countess. But we'll see what happens. We shall see. Who won game number 2? That was Zelos. Yeah, I think warping in the main, or rather picking everything up and going to the main was the play. Unfortunately, Countess did not do that. But we'll see what we get out of game 2. It's still a cool build to spice things up. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Inside and Out. Give it up for our blue Protoss player. It is Countess. And her opponent in the bottom left. Give it up for Mr. Platinum Heroes himself. It is Zelos in the red, who's up 2 points. If he takes this one, he is moving on to the finals. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. Countess going for the gate scout again. Zelos, we'll see what he's up to. Is he up to any cheeky shenanigans this game? Countess was the one with the cheeky shenanigans in the last game, with a full gas pull off charge lot to immortal push. But realistically, in that scenario, it's hard to. The other thing was, again, microing the immortals. The target flare of the Marauders is really more what could have happened. Then you just kind of are hoping for the best for the charge lot. Well, not hoping for the best, but you don't really need to micro the charge lots as much, per se, if they're in a good position. All right. We are going to see... Well... Nexus going down, and... I use the pylon. All right, Reaper is going out. Yeah. Oh, we should be okay. Countess just immediately going home with the probe. Isn't going to have an adept for a while, but the Reaper will start going across the map, obviously. Little bit of a different SimCity in this map, of course, because you have this... There's just too much the Reaper wall on the low ground. Still pretty decent from Countess. Okay, Reaper is going to go up for the Reaper Cliff of Death Scouts. It does get the first shot. Does get a second shot. Ooh, unable to finish it. Interesting. Countess going into an Adept Sentry for potential scouting. Obviously, Force Field if something cheeky was up. But I'm curious to see what we get. Another Twilight play from Countess. Our Terran player going into a fast eBay 3 racks. Oh man, this is going to be a fast +1 timing attack. And yeah, it's a strong build. Not going to lie. Depending on how Countess SimCities too, you can actually really punish low ground structures for Protoss. Obviously with the 3 racks. We'll see what happens here. All right. Reaper is still on the map. Adept going to just chase it back. We don't really have any scouting other than the hallucinated Phoenix from Countess. She might actually be able to keep it alive. A couple Marines there, but yeah, she is going to just let it get thrown away. She scouts the 3 racks. Don't know if she scouted the eBay, but yeah, I think she's just trying to get prepared back home. Going right into a robo, going into blink, which can work, but a lot of the SimCities down below. That Reaper is damn annoying though, because it was an Adept in a Sentry. Does finally fall. So, well, yeah, that's about it. All right, stem is about halfway complete. Combat shields in the way, and we're getting a couple Marauders out. We're going for that fast stem combat shields timing. Combat shields obviously going to be a little behind, but they're going to catch up somewhere in here a little quicker. All right, I like this. 2 pylons going down. We don't have an Artosis pylon in this game. I'll be honest. I think I'm going to do that build, chat. I usually suck at charge lot all-ins, but I think I might actually work on that one. I totally forget about that build. That's that Countess did in game number 2. Obviously, you have build order counters like anything, but can Countess hold? That's the question. It is 10 army supply, and she even used the force field from the sentry. Trying to get a Colossus. That's the problem with these low ground setups. Is this is +1 damn it, and then combat shield timing. Well, it's scouted with the observer, but she really doesn't have a lot of time, and there's only one battery. Everything's kind of clumped up here, so it's hard to kind of get. She can get some target fire. She does have blank charges on the way, extended thermal lights. And why is Zelos going all the way back? Zelos just does not think he can crack that. That said, there is a Marine to scout. Oh, he's coming back. He just doesn't want to overextend. And speaking of overextend, extended thermal lance is on the way. Depth going to clean up the Marine. And now the push is here. Not really the biggest push, but still... You don't want to lose the Colossus to this. Okay, actually, forces a stem. So that is some... Well, that's actually going to be some damage for a while because the starport's just started up now. It's going to be a while before our Protoss player, or our Protoss player, our Terran player can heal up those units. Guys, I need some more damn coffee. I'm making a fresh pot when we get before the finals. The finals, you know. Semifinals into finals. Alright, well, Countess is going to allow a Marine in. I don't think she thought, no, she's just going to kill it. No workers lost, little damage to a probe. Another Mariner over here, but that's where most of the army is for Countess. She's getting another Colossus out. So she's going to be at a good 3 Colossi count. Curious to see what the follow-up is from here. 4 gates going down for Countess. And we're just starting to saturate our third for our Terran player. She's... Actually, they're even on workers, pretty much. Alright. We are going to have an armory coming down for our Terran player. He does have infantry, weapons, and armor. +1, so... We may see another eBay go down, but he might just go right into the Ghost Academy and skip it. Usually... If not, it could be ship weapons. We'll see what Zelos does. Fresh pot 420. Oh, classic space face raptor. All right, Stalker scouting this out. We get a little push. And, yeah. This is going to be actually a nice drop because there's nothing in the main. A lot of production. That's a very Artosis pylon. That's a good decision to recall. Charge lot's going to scare some of this army away. Do get a Marine, do damage some of this. Well, the medevacs are just tied up over here at the moment. Those are the only ones. They do get certainly thwarted back. The one almost dead is pretty good for Countess. Army supply actually approaching parity pretty soon. Countess actually is behind on workers. Zelos is up to 70 workers, like posturing like he's ready to take a fourth. Countess is kind of chilling on a lower worker count, interestingly, for a Protoss. So she wants to power spike and hit with the timing, it looks like. And I think that may be the case. The charge lot's going, getting a few units to pick off on the side, but she's actually moving on the left with a warp prism as well. Ooh, this is gonna, the Marine actually, luckily for Zelos, is gonna hear this, and he's gonna posture to defend. But these rocks are going down. Oh yeah, this is fully scouted. That kind of puts a damper in Countess's plans, a counterattack mounting for our Terran player as he sieges up, preventing an inquisition of Protoss. Yeah, I agree, Mr. L. He should totally have Liberators going in. No Liberators and no concussive shell. Terran players in chat. Why are we seeing no concussive shell follow-ups? I do like the ship weapons +1. He is going into +2 ground weapons. Countess is on +2 ground weapons, or infantry weapons rather. And she's not minding on her third from 1 Marine. She's just gonna go try to... She's either just going to play it out to try to potentially end it. The Colossi are engaging into the Vikings. You don't like to see that. They are getting a lot of work done, but you don't want to throw away your Vikings to this. Yeah. Okay, 1 does survive, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. Oh, she's getting a lot of damage. That said, she does have to disengage, but losing 2 of the Colossi is very rough. She has nothing in production at the moment. Psionic Storm is being researched. Would like to see +3 ground weapons or +1 armor even for our Protoss player for a little more impactful charge outs. We could fix some saturation, but she was going for a timing. Did find some value, but ultimately it was not enough. Zelos did get ahead on workers there before, so economically he was certainly ahead for quite a bit. Actually, he's about to spike again with mules, and army supply-wise, well, he's taking the lead there too. She's trying to mount to take a 4th base. I do like the pylons from Countess. And these little scouter marines from Zelos have been pretty good. Kind of an interesting Templar Archives location. She will be able to finish Storm. We're all pretty certain of that. So Psionic Storm will be done, but no more upgrades from our Protoss player. But she will have this 4th base, so she could fix her saturation somewhere. Yeah, she's going to start moving some probes down to the 4th base. They're going to long distance mine for a bit. Behind it, we do have ship weapons +1. Liberators are on a reactor, single starport for the moment. So we are finally going to see some libs, but not too many. I do like that Zelos hasn't overcommitted to Vikings. Like, he definitely had a good amount, but it's not a huge overcommitment because, well, Protoss can just switch over and go into Disruptors, Psionic Storm, etc. But we don't see Ghost. Oh, actually, we do see Ghost. Not a very high Ghost count, I should say. Enhanced Shockwaves isn't being researched. If so, that's where I got thrown off. We do have Ghost, but no Enhanced Shockwaves. Okay, the Colossi and the Storm's doing God's work, but the Colossi does fall ultimately. Countess needs to back the hell off. She's down 36 to 71 army supply. That said, Zelos is getting a 4th base done. Countess manages to get a couple Zealots in, killing 13 workers. A missile turret and just a little bit of bile, buying her some time. Zelos is down and workers for the moment. So right now, income-wise, Countess taking the lead. But Zelos has this massive army supply lead. Countess going into double disruptor production, trying to get some Archons out. As Stalkers, not really a lot of charge lots, but realistically, you're going to want to try to get run-bys in, etc. Zelos kind of clumped up here. Does have a planetary fortress coming in. Is Countess going to go posture to go for a little run-by? Yeah, clock's ticking. That 4th base is going to finish up for our Terran player and be pretty secure. We do have a Dark Shrine coming, and Countess is going into +3 ground weapons with +1 armor. So she did actually get the double forge. But we're going to have the scary timing of the +2 ship weapons for Terran with 3-3. So Liberators are going to be hella strong. All right. Well, well, well. And yeah. This is going to be a massive push from our Terran player. Countess is still down on army supply and out of position, more importantly. Or equally importantly, I should say. Dark Shrine is coming down, but these Liberators, luckily, at least don't have advanced ballistics. It's the only thing good going for them, but they're really going to be quite well against the Stalkers. However, they get cleaned up. As Mr. L pointed out, Liberator production probably should have started earlier with this build from our Terran player. But there are no Colossi, so these Vikings are kind of useless other than high ground. They're not useless. They're providing high ground for these batteries. But oh my god, the EMPs just doing such a good job on this Protoss army. And these Stalkers are needed for the Liberators because they're starting to come out in numbers. Another starport coming down. And yeah, we're going to see infantry armor +3 is just starting now. Actually, did it even put, yeah, it is +3. 4th base, very heavily contested. Oh, nice disruptors. A couple do connect. And, well, there's even more. Those two don't find the greatest value. This is looking rough for Countess. This is looking very rough for Countess. And I think we're going to see Game 3 go to Zelos with an unfortunate 3-0 for Countess. But we now have a PvP. Oh, no, sorry. It's going to be a PvT finals. Very well played by both players. Zelos has moved in, so we have a PVT finals. It is Mr. L versus Zelos. We're going to take 5, and we'll be into the grand finals of the EU Regionals, a Vulcan Cup. It'll be 5-10 minutes before we get down here, so I'm going to leave you guys with something real quick. I'll be back with you before then, but I'm going to make some coffee, do a few things. All right? We're going to put some music on. All right.
Drink a beer or two.
All right, guys. Final time. Good luck, Mr. L. We are ready to rock and roll here momentarily. Mr. L is going to be leaving us for a minute because he's going to be playing. And that said, we're going to be starting up. Gene Sim, you gave me some bad ideas. I snuck a Windows 95 sound in there in the middle of Buddy Holly, and there was Windows 98. It is a best of 7. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Actually, I'm going to take it back even further. For all you boomers out there. That was Windows 3.1 startup sound. Yeah, Gene knows. Oh, man. Windows 95. Windows 3.1. AOL connecting sound. All right, yeah, all right. We're going to do that. AOL connecting sounds. Dial-up connecting sounds, or do you mean AOL? You've got mail. Good old dial-up. That's how I used to play StarCraft, the original. And Brood War. I didn't use AOL, though. All right, predictions. Who wins? You want to do predictions for the series? I'm doing it right now. Wait. That almost was 30 seconds. We're going to do a 10-minute prediction. What up, filibuster? Aries, I got you, buddy. Come on, chat. Use those channel points. Coughing up here. You know we're going to have some memes here because it's best of 7, so you know there's going to be that day to see map in here. You know what I say about it. The only thing we're missing is Goblin. You know, we need Goblin. Goblin isn't Popeye in a while. We need Goblin because then we can make the Goblin these nuts jokes. How you doing, filibuster? All right, guys, get your predictions in. Also, are these games live? Yeah. It is all live. You made big esports money today? Aw, yeah. How you doing, part-time badass, too? Still here. I know it's a little late for starting to get late in the EU in the UK. All right. I don't think I have the GIF on this one, but
I'm Cosmo Kramer, the Yes Man.
Apparently I do. All right, we're getting ready for game number 1. Another PVT. Who is going to be the European Vulcan Cup Fall 2022 champion. Oh boy. We got to do the interviews after too. That's going to be a little rough today for Dave Reno, but we're going to be going in to game.
Who wants to have some fun?
Hey, Berserker Esports. Is that my dude Farrell back? Or is that the team? Either way, guys, make sure you give Berserker Esports a follow. Thank you for the raid. We are moving on to game number 1 of the finals, the grand finals. How was your stream of Vulcan Cup Fall 2022 EU Regionals? Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, it is Mr. L in the blue. And his opponent in the upper right, representing Platinum Heroes, it is Zelos in the red. Game should be live. Wait. GW Green Dragon, you must be on a delay. If anybody wants to shout out Berserker Esports, make sure you give them a follow. They got some great players, great team, great events. They have the Berserker Team League too, as the Cranky Ducklings rated in them for that one earlier too. Good stuff. All right. And yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of chisel from the probe on the SCVs. Mr. L is kind of playing with fire here, though. Looks like he might take some hull damage. Going for a scout and potential, a little harass and block on the nat for Mr. L's Nexus. All right, that said, probe does take a little hull damage. This is gonna be a marine opener from Zelos, but Zelos looks like he is. Yeah, he's trying to be annoying over here and get up, and we may see an eBay block. Now that would be a bold move because that SCV is really injured, more so than the probe. And if he's not careful, that is one dead SCV. Actually, I think it is going to be one dead SCV. One more hit. Ooh, nice little micro, but this is some lost mining time from Mr. L. We might see, yeah, we're probably going to see a couple. We may see a couple Reapers come out of this, but we'll see what the build is from Zelos. He might go for a 2 Reaper, or maybe even more than 2 Reaper. Hellion push. What's with these homies dissing your pog squirrel? I don't know, Tater Tutor. But yeah, it is going to be a 1-1-1 most likely from our Terran player. He's getting a second gas. Adept going to shade out. And get some information. Probably a little confused that there's no Reaper. No, it's just going to be Marines. This could be a setup for 2 base kind of pressure, we should say. But we'll see. It is looking to be that is the case. Could be a 2 base all in for that matter. Adept going to scout out a bunch of Marines. That's about it. But again, a 1-1-1 opener. We shall see. Adept is actually going to survive. Does take just a little bit of health damage. Nothing too crazy. Is not going to complete the shade, but does do a little bit of damage to the Marines. Ooh, Mr. L is not being super careful with this Adept right now. Does shade out and isn't going to find anything. It is going to be a blank opener for Mr. L. I will say, Morrow and Mr. L really did have a pretty good series. And Zelos may play on the fact that Mr. L seems to be kind of a build order, stick to the game plan, but a bit predictable of a player. So Zelos may capitalize on this, and he is a bit of a wild card. We'll see what happens here. The Adept does scout the tank. So he does at least see... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is going to be some very early pressure, but there are not a lot of stalkers. There are some stalkers out to defend. And potentially pick off some Marines. Let's see the micro game. Unbeknownst to him, the tank is in the medevac. One stalker looks like it is going to fall, but he is picking off a lot of the Marines. Medevac takes some damage. There is no shield battery, and warp gate just finishes. Look at the timing of this. And the tank's going to be in an absolutely disgusting position. Blink is just finishing up here in a second. This is definitely going to be a bit of a problem for Mr. L. I mean, it's not a lot of Terran units, but these stalkers are just getting a beating from the tank. Oh, he had a moment to actually kind of pounce on this, but I guess he's just going to try to buy time. Funnily enough, the pylon's getting targeted, not the battery. And that actually will help Mr. L quite a bit. Oh, Mr. L with the forward blink. Not the greatest decision. I think he could have taken out that siege tank in the front first and saved a few stalkers. And he's just making some room for potential other shield battery if need be. And there we have it. It's going to be a lot more. This is a very high pressure build from Zelos. But he's not fully committed. Viking going to go land into the main base. This is going to be damn annoying for Mr. L. He does pull, warps in a couple stalkers. And guess what? Little retreat from Zelos. Yeah, that Viking is going to cause some lost mining time and kills 3 workers. Kind of debating Mr. L. That said, our Terran players is macroing up behind this. Getting his couple of racks finishing up here. And yeah, we're going to see a little swapperino on Tech Labs. Is going to be a reactor on the starport. He's going 5 racks before a 3rd CC, so we're potentially going to see a boys pull with this as the game goes on, but we're going to see some counter pressure attempted from Mr. L as he goes for, he has a 3rd base rather, so it's going pretty nicely for him on that end of it, but he's just now going into charge. So really the only tech he has is charge, not, he doesn't have a robotic facility, no forges, and this is rough. He's walking in, oh no. He walked into a 3 tank line, and there's even a 4th on the high ground, so Mr. L is really just gonna have to posture out in the center like he is. I like that. Less drops. He can at least pick off some collateral damage from some units, but the Marine is gonna scout this. So this could be... Zelos may plan to go for a drop as opposed to just a push. In this case, I like the repositioning of the tanks. They are kind of just linearly just set up right there. Charge finishing up 2 more gates. A robotics pay just starting at 7:05 from a Protoss player. Ooh, this Marine even escapes the stalkers. It was just out of range. But he's just being present with these stalkers on the map. Charge going to complete here in just a moment. No, that was actually Windows 95 and that was Windows 98 and Windows 3.1. That was me messing with chat. Okay, the stalkers are going to see the big push. This is 4 tanks. We're going to have reinforcing marauders. We do have some SCVs pulled. It is not going to be all the SCVs, but about 4. No, I think there might be 6. Yeah, how many is that? No, it is just 4. I am pretty sure. No, that is way more than 4. That is 9 SCVs. Kind of making the army seem a little scarier than it is. Okay, so there are 2 immortals that help in the fight as well as charge lots. But the charge lots going to want to get on top of the tanks. Nice blink forward. Does get a bit of the tanks. GG, Mr. L takes it. Holds the 2 base all in. And claws his way to victory. Now I can shout out Berserker as well. Now we're going to be on to game number 2 in just a moment. And yeah. So, we shall see what happens. All right. Moving on to game number 2. Mr. L is up a point. It is a best of 7. As Acheron would say, it's EU, so these are like 5.2 to 5.5k players, so it's basically gold on NA. Oh, Acheron. We finally had an Acheron webcam moment yesterday. That was amazing. Certainly a little amazing. So there's going to be a couple minute break between each game at the request of one of the players. And actually, I've interviewed Mr. L before. I think we're going to have a double interview again. We'll see. This doesn't seem as spicy as Blue Screen of Death. True. You know, that would be a good one, actually, Lion in the Pride. I should do that. You know, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to add a Blue Screen of Death transition that actually wouldn't be too inaccurate from how my computer's been acting lately. Some IT guy, huh? Got to clean up. And guys, also, if you want to check this stuff out, yesterday's I had a disaster of internet connections. How you doing, Raven? Please do give my YouTube a check. A little glance over. Subscribe to the YouTube. I have a lot of tournaments on there. I have to get potentially do some editing for yesterday. This will be on there as well. And I have me eating an onion on there. I'm going to be throwing more different content on. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm probably not going to have my cartoon done as planned because I was planning on making a cartoon in the style of Dave artwork. Anyway, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Moondance. Not to be confused with Moonwalk. In the blue, it is Mr. L, our Protoss player, with the easy tools. And his opponent in the bottom right, representing Platinum Heroes. Give it up for Zelos in the red. All right. Could have a nice little scout arena from Mr. Probe and Mr. L. Enjoying your day off? Noise. Guys, I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. I bought a bunch of stuff to make soup and shit, but I'm going to... going to be on this. All right. Just a little battle of the SCV and Probe again at the beginning. See who can be annoying and delay more, or if we're just going to kill the Probe. Probe's being darn annoying. Yeah, he's forcing a work or two off the mineral line at least, and Zealous just going out to scout. Mr. L looks like he may go Nexus before a core. It is a Nexus before core. And, well, if Zelos opens Marine again, which he's not, that's an ifs and buts, we're candy and nuts kind of situation. What about a little bit of everything? Shuragak. I can't even pronounce your name. I'm sorry. You can spell it out. Sure. I'm just going to call you Sure. Hey gosh. Whatever. Anyway, Shoe? Oh, just call you Shoe. Like Shoey. Cool. Alright, very good. Thank you. Shoe. Very cool, very cool. Chinese style buffet. Listen, if I went to a Chinese buffet after this, my stomach ain't acting up. And I'm not a big fan of the one I got locally now. We used to have more, but since COVID, we lost a few. And let me just say, the quality of the one I got is quite scary. It is quite scary. It's called Sky Buffet, but my girlfriend and I nicknamed it Cry Buffet when we went that time because we felt like crying after eating there. Anyway, it is going to be Twilight Opener from Mr. L before Stalker is out. He wants that really quick blink at the expense of not having a second unit. Yep, there's going to be the Stalker just now. Warp Gate on the way. And, yeah, it's not really quicker because you got a Nexus first, so realistically, it's delayed tech. Our Protoss player looking for proxies, looking for potential drops. He may just drop a pylon down. Hate to say it, but I don't think we're going to see much spice here. Might see a pylon come from Mr. L. Nope, he's just looking around. I was hoping for some proxy dankness. Or something. Of course, I would be hoping for a proxy Dark Shrine. Those of you that know me, you know you love this. You love to see it in this chat. Dave's always looking for it. All right. Sadly, as they say, one behind Dark Shrine, but when you build a Dark Shrine, you always feel behind at the same time. So, there you have it. Yeah, just gonna be a blank opener again. Nobody's rushing for a third base. It looks like a Protoss player might. We'll see. Very low gate count. He just has... yeah, he's got his 2 gate and robo. He could go for a third here momentarily. Mr. L going with the adept. Not really paying attention. Does take a bit of damage. Just a chisel. Actually, I think that was like 1 HP. 69 health. Look at this. 69 health. That's nice. Alright. Third base is going down for Protoss behind this. Widowmine drop is going to be scouted by the probe. Yeah, GW is all about it. GW is all about it. Blink is finishing up here. Interesting Stalker Sentry play with an Immortal. And that's actually a good read from Mr. L. Okay, so behind this isn't just a Widowmine drop. This is going to be a Marine Tank Liberator push. And if this medevac survives, that's going to be extremely helpful. Other than the fact that, hey, I got Widowmines, I'm going to be annoying. This is a very committed push from Terran, but not as committed as you think because it's Moondance. You can take this pocket third. Sure, you don't have as much minerals, but for Terran, that could be extra valuable. Reaper even still out. Oh my god, this would make me mauled. This would absolutely make me mauled. Prods are pulled to fight this rather than a unit warped in because I think it was only... no, there's a couple of gates out. And our Protoss players posturing to secure their third. Keeping that third is actually huge. In this... okay, never mind. We were going to have a push. Looks like a little bit of a rally issue. Lucas Dart, how you doing, kid? Lucas Dart, actually 5 years old like Acheron. I'm just kidding. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. It's been a minute. Fun fact, chat. I once casted with Lucas Dart when he was drunker than hell. I was like, are you even old enough to drink, Lucas? Oh my god, this push is doing God's work. That was so damn annoying. The Reaper, the Widowmine drop, and then the Marine Tank push. And as I called it, to make things worse, that medevac still lived from the Widowmine drop. 15 workers fell for Protoss. Zelos now leading in workers. Does have a third base behind this. The Immortal does actually do a fantastic job at cleaning up the tank. I think the push is held, but at what cost? Charge is on the way, though. Medevac is sniped. That's kind of nice for Mr. L, so it did at least buy him time in terms of army supply. Very good stuff. And ultimately, in terms of trades, not too bad. Let's take a look at the army supply. Is in favor of Mr. L for the moment. The income, certainly in favor of Zelos. What a crazy little skirmish here. So, ultimately, the trades looking pretty even, but in terms of economy, Zelos dealt quite the devastating blow to our Protoss player. Liberator, oh my god, this pylon's just finishing up. But that Liberator is going to be quite annoying. We are going to see a little blink action. There was only one tank out. This is actually a good attack of opportunity time for our Protoss player, who's actually pulling right here, but it's going to disjoin his blink and prevent him from delaying some stuff, but he is going to delay tech. Does he get a kill on the CC? 4 CC is killed. Oh, he gets some of the production. Is he going to get the medevac and blink out of there? Beautiful play from our Protoss player. Meanwhile, the Liberator coming right in here. Oh my gosh, this Liberator is actually getting some good kills. Mr. L not paying attention for the moment. So any economic comeback he was starting to get, he was losing quite a few of those probies. Liberator is going to be unseized. A nice attempt at a blink, but That was a lot of lost mining time and consequently some probes as well. Colossi is in production. And, yeah. But yeah, it is situationally part-time badass. MW, he's Mr. W. Is he going to change his name? You know, that's a good interview question. I think I might ask that. I think we may do a double interview either way. We'll see what these guys are up to after. But, you know, if he wins the main finals against Acheron, if he ends up besting Zelos, is he going to change his name to Mr. W? That is a valid point. Okay, we do have +1 infantry weapons coming down for a Terran player. He does have another engineering bay. But again, the trades are absolutely crazy. A CC. Right now, that's not going to show on the battle report. Should have showed it before. But a barracks and a CC were killed. Not canceled, killed by those stalkers. So that really did help Mr. L, honestly. In an instant. Stalkers posturing out. But this is a big push. They're going to want to blink back. Do catch 1, 2 Marines and blink the hell out. We don't have much in terms of army right here. The Colossi going to come in. Extended Thermal Lance is on the way, but not quite finished. It does take a while for that upgrade to come in. This is going to be a tough little fight. Zealot's going to help in the tank department. A couple Stalkers going to go blink forward. Nice micro Guardian Shield activated is going to help save the Protoss army. And the power unit's still living, but he has to respect the Marauders a little bit. Oh my god, does he get the medevac too? Mr. L with the defense game. He's now going for his pocket 4th. I think he should have taken this one. It's worth the risk. Yeah, from how well he's been defending, there's just not a lot of economy back here. He is going to have +1 ground weapons finishing it up here. We do have double eBay, but only 1 upgrade production from Zelos, funnily enough, because his economy's been a little screwed with here. He's had some not great trades this game after some fantastic ones. He's going into enhanced shockwave, continuing tank production. We don't really see too much. Let's see how many ghosts. No ghosts yet. Does have the Ghost Academy and enhanced shockwave being researched, but not a mucho else. Probe going to drop a Nexus, but will it be blocked and fall? No, it will not. Blink Stalker Disruptor is a pretty big component of our Protoss player's army. Zealous does have the army supply lead, but our Protoss player going for a 5th base. We don't get to see that often at this time, but this map kind of sets up for an economic game. Ooh, that's a planetary. That's tanks. Protoss don't want to go engage that. You also don't want to really fight into a choke too much. But I digress. We are moving on. Yeah, this is really weird. I think mistakes were made yet again. We, again, don't see concussive shell. Recurring theme. No concussive shell. No... We have 2 eBays, but no double upgrades, so there's definitely going to be upgrade disparity here. Meanwhile, it's double forge for Protoss. 5th base is going to be forced to be canceled. Mr. L on the other side of the map. Does the Disruptor connect? Only catches a Marine, and that's it. Extended Thermal Lance Colossi going to help here. No, he's not canceling. Mr. L, oh, does cancel at the last second. He does deny +2 and gets a beautiful MOVA. Mr. L going in hard. There's a decent Bioforce here. But enough Zealots and a couple of Disruptors could hold this. God, even the shield battery helping out quite a bit. Mr. L, meanwhile, doing God's work over here. Killing another eBay, potentially. Killing some workers and preventing this army from engaging for the moment. While 2 Liberators did pop. Disruptor does get shot. Oh, buddy. The Colossi alone, I think, would have killed that bio. But, man, GG is called. What a game. Mr. L takes game number 2. But very well played by both players. Very, very good stuff. We're going to probably have a brief break again between the games. So these guys get adjusted. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Waiting to see here. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna make for food. I do not know what I'm gonna make for food, gang. Chicken and garlic butter sauce. That it sounds delicious, but I may have to defrost some things if I do that. I'm gonna figure it out. I might have to eat something I don't really care to, and then start making something that's gonna take longer. Make some soup or stew. Yeah, but I don't have. The only chicken I got's a whole chicken, to my knowledge. I need to check my freezer, and that's gonna take a couple days to thaw. I don't like a small whole chicken. I gotta see what I have to make after. But I got a lot of stuff to make a soup or stew or some shit. And we got our game number 3 coming up. If Mr. L takes this game, that's a 3-0, and we're on to the finals. Oh, we are in the finals. Never mind. We're best of 7. Dave losing track of time here. Sue or stoop? Soup. Stoop, I said. Oh, my goodness. All right. This is game number 3. Actually, no matter what, takes 4 games to win. Best of 7 finals. Winner gets $50. It advances to the grand finals, potentially. We have an upper-lower bracket after. What can I cook today? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty good at coming up with stuff, but I'm probably after... gonna take a brief break. I might get some ladder in here so I get stream done earlier, because I gotta continue on. Today actually helped me out. I got up a little earlier. But even though I'm a little behind on some stuff, I may actually say heck it and get a pizza. Looks like the build order thing you were looking for. A lot of pressure on Zelos. He's down 2 maps and a best of 7. You know what build I'm looking for? This build.
Hey Dave, where'd you learn this build from?
Princeton University.
Anyway, I should really reorganize that. All right. Well, moving on to game number 3. Get this switched up here. And, well, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. He is just crushing it today. Give it up for Mr. L, our blue Protoss player. And his opponent looking to come back in. It is our Red Terran man, Zelos from Platinum Heroes. See what we got in game number 2. Gonna have a pylon scout for Mr. L this time. No SCVs going across the map just yet, so Zelos not coming in for proxy racks. He may change up his build this game. That was kind of a scrappy game too. Mr. L had some ridiculously good defense there though, and made some very smart decisions. Both on his blank for a counterattack, and I think Zelos was just caught out of position. He lost too much in his 2 base push. Well, it was really a 3 base push if you think about it with that back one, and then after losing the command center, the barracks, defending against so much. Mr. L just got... He kind of equalized the game and eventually somehow got ahead. Some of it was for getting a few upgrades. Yeah, best of sevens are certainly a tough time. So whenever you get into a best of seven in tournaments, it could be quite rough. That said, when we have some future Dave tournaments coming up, I'm going to be changing up the formats a bit. So players are going to submit replays. I might change it up instead of opens. The next one I do, in potentially with Chicken Man, may actually be like a bigger tournament, something that extends over a month, and we'll have playoffs and stuff. Oh, Mr. L going for a gas deal like he did in his previous series against Morrow. And well, our first series of the day, Probe is going to chase the SCV, but be greeted by the Reaper and not do anything. Oh, Probe's going to go, what? Okay, Reaper's just going to totally ignore the Probe. Adept just now starting because it was Nexus first because of this. And guess what? That's not a wall. Oh, no, Mamma Mia. Just one hex off. The Cyber Core doesn't wall. That would have been so helpful, but is not going to be the case for our Protoss player. Decent Probe micro, though, truthfully. Adept is out, and the Probes don't need to engage this. Will the Reaper just come back? Oh my god, it's ringing around the rosies here, folks. Pylon attempting to go up, but I don't even think that is that. No, that is going to wall it off. And Mr. L even saves that probe. Stalker's on the way behind it. We don't have a Twilight just yet. He is going for Twilight. I'm just assuming he's going Twilight because we've seen him do it every game. Big fan myself, too, of the Twilight play. As opposed to Stargate openers more often than not against some of this stuff. But I guess everybody has their style. Phoenix, would it be cool to see a potential change up in build order? But right now, opening Twilight's going to be quite good against 3 racks. It is very hard to hold with the Stargate opener like Phoenix Colossus. You have to basically... Well, Phoenix Colossus, I think, kind of leaves you with some good defense because you're going to have an Immortal. But it does kind of delay the Robo a bit, too, so you really have few units to defend against a good bio push. All right. Adept going to shade in, going to cover some ground, see the Marines, and just back off. I'm not sure if Mr. L knows what this is just yet. But may have a good idea. If he scouted more Marines, he knows what's coming up. So we'll see if this Adept can evade the Reaper. Get another scout out. The Shade does see some of this if Mr. L was paying attention. So Mr. L may be pretty aware of what this is, which could be pretty good for him. And I think that Adept finally fell. Actually, after that gas deal, going 3 racks is not a bad idea. Slightly delayed third base, but that's not the end of the world, of course, for our Protoss player. Blink well on the way, but Stim is going to finish up here with +1 combat shields coming behind it for a Terran player. Going for that 3 racks kind of power spike timing. Third base, obviously, going to be a long ways from going, so the goal is to defend the third. We don't see a shield battery coming because we don't know what's coming, apparently. We have one in the natural, but none in the third. A canceled third could really suck, but the pathing of the Marines is just going to be the natural path, which is funny because the Reaper scouted this. If he would have rather seen him come from this direction, he could have denied the third. Instead, he's going to try to push the natural, which is a little more defended. One Stalker's going to break away to try to fight this. And here we go. Oh, actually, you know what? He's going to find some room to attack. That's a lot of DPS. Marines pouncing on that Nexus. We definitely need to see a cancel here. Oh, it's a kill. That is a kill. That is huge for Zelos. He's going to try to get the hell out of there with what he can. Stemming back does have a factory finishing up your starport. About 50% complete, and he's going to drop a third base behind it. Already going into infantry armor. So he's in a pretty good spot. Again, I don't know what's up with these European Terran players today. It's only been 2, but they're forgetting. Concussive shells, my guys and girls. Fam. Ladies and gentlemen. Whatever. amoebas. Concussive shells makes Marauders so good, and it's just continually being forgotten. Mamma mia. It's very disappointing to see. True Dark Omega. Dark Omega. L_. All right. Just like that, charge is going to be completed soon, but that is a massive push. It's 44 to 29 army supply. We have no Robo Bay units yet. We do have another Immortal popping. Or we did have one popping. Yeah, 2 Immortals, some Stalkers. He's going to have the ability to warp in more Zealots. But how many gateways do we have? We only have 4 gates. So he's going to have to rely on mostly what he has and some Zealots. Colossi and Extended Thermal Lance Gun, +1 infantry armor finishing, and Zelos just posturing over here by the 3rd. Is going to try to split off and do just a couple of units. Couple Marine Marauder to push into the natural, but there is an Immortal to defend this. Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. Oh, actually, that was smart. There are just 2 Marines there, but he's gonna need units over here. Oh no, he's not paying attention. Shield battery gets depowered. We need to see some target fire from the Immortals. Actually, decent target fire before they fall, but there's too much DPS from the Terran. Again, a 3rd base was lost already for Protoss. But that said, yeah, Zealous is ahead on workers. There's some good tech. The Colossi does help, and all but 1 Marauder has been disintegrated by the laser beams. Still, pretty good value. Let's take a look at the graphs. Army size massively in favor of Zealous, as is the income. And in that fight, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Protoss definitely did not take the better end of the deal on that fight. Just so you guys can graphically see it, we'd pull up the battle report. Graphically. Or in the case of a laser, giraphically. Colossi. Alright, little stim push. 3 at medevac. Stuff's going on. Some shenanigans. Stalkers can go push out. Potentially, but there's even a defensive tank. I like... Zelo's position in this game is a lot better. But again, lots of little stuff. I think overall macro is great. He's found some good value. This drop's going to be extra smart. He's scanning down on the 3rd. It's a little bit of a debate. There's stuff to scout, but a lot of slow... Well, actually, a couple slow warpins. Yeah, so he's not going to be able to immediately reinforce him. Well, this Blink Stalker push goes in. This could be a problem. All right, we don't see the medevacs loaded up. But they see, I think this push was scouted. Potentially. Oh, little drop. I guess what? 3 medevacs are going to prolong the life of this, giving some longevity to our Protoss player. Oh no, a lot of the army's moving out of position again. The 3rd base is in jeopardy. Stalker's actually getting some work done though on the other side of the map. All the tanks and defensive units there. Oh no, again. How the hell did that shield battery survive the last assault? That 3rd base is going down yet again. Another one. We do have some disruptors out. So Protoss is probably going to be pretty committed here or just tap out. Zelos is leading quite a bit. There's no upgrades for Protoss. He's trying to get +1. But Disruptor is not going to make... Oh, it does make 1 connection. That's it. And the Marauder is going to... Okay. Okay. The Marauder's mixing in with the Protoss army. It's forgetting which side it's on. Yeah, this looks like Mr. L is in a lot of trouble. Dare I say it, he looks omega dead. Colossi, and just out of range of battery overcharge, is going to fall right here. But meanwhile, the little bio drop continuing on. Stalkers are warped in to deal with it. But yeah, this was on a hope and a prayer. Well, that 3rd base getting delayed a bit's pretty good, but still, Terran is ahead in every foreseeable way in terms of army, in terms of upgrades. Yeah, his Ghost and Enhanced Shockwaves, Cybernetics core getting depowered. I think Zelos has clawed his way back into this, folks.
Or am I so sane that you just blew your mind?
Chicken
Gamer.
Subscribe.
Thank you for the resub at 12 months in a row. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. Chigamer. Chai Gamer. You know the memes. Chat, that's all memes right there for him. He's probably giggling over there. All right. This is a full surround. And there's, yeah, Disruptors be damned. This is looking pretty Deadville. Great Nova. But Mr. L's at 57 supply with an SCV fighting an assimilator. This is hilarious. I was like, what's going on over here? It's an SCV. For some reason. Looks like Zelos is just going in to seal the deal. Yeah, this is 100% over Zelos. Bringing back a point on the board. In game number 3. I've been doing all right. We got a series for sure. Envy Parlay. What's up? The crew is all arriving. Let's see. We're gonna have a few minute break again. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, folks. But the players need a break between. All right. And we are going into game number 4 in just a moment. Actually, goddamn, I do have to run to the store after this. I was hoping to run a little later, but I think we might actually postpone till later. I usually regret that, but once we finish up the series, I'm at least going to be taking a break for a while. Get some food. I might try to run to the stores, which close earlier on Sunday. And, yeah. Who wins? Well, it's 2-1 so far in favor of Mr. L, our Protoss player. Zelos, our Terran from Platinum Heroes, has just won a map. So it's a best of 7. First one of 4 points wins. We potentially have a series on our hands now. All right, here we go. All right, leading with 2. In the bottom left, representing the Sail Easy Tool team. In the blue, it is Mr. L. And his opponent in the upper right, give it up for Platinum Heroes, Zelos. Dave and his death sticks. Yeah, that's you. How'd you guess that's why I was going to the store? Oh my goodness. Death sticks. Bringing the Star Wars memory in. All right. It is going to be looking pretty standard for both players so far. Rogue just going out on a pylon scout being annoying. We need to read to see if it's double gas opener, which is a possibility. I just have a feeling Zelos just ain't going to do it. Honestly, against a player that's as defensive as Mr. L, I actually don't hate that idea, but something like a proxy 111 or an in-base 111, a little more committed, at least even Barracks Factory before the delayed CC, might not be too bad. just to kind of catch Mr. L off his guard. But he seems like he's too good at scouting. And, you know, he did main Terran. Does main Terran, I should say, I think. Still. Mr. F. No, it's Mr. L underscore. Alright, everything's getting completed for Terran for the wall. And we don't see what build it is yet. Is it going to be 3 racks again? Is it going to be... I'm telling you, 3 racks is a good build. It is not going to be the case. It's going to be a 1-1-1. Zelos does have some very tight 1-1-1 builds, though. But, again, little things. Hate to pick the players apart. But we've just seen in common the recurring theme of, like, no concussive shell. We had double eBay builds with no second upgrade being researched on the other eBay. A few other little things that I think would have made a huge difference in the game. The games in general that we saw previously. But nonetheless, these guys are actually playing really well. Oh, beautiful catch on the Reaper from Mr. L. Mr. L is going to go shade across the map. Again, it isn't 1-1-1. We're going to see a reactor. We're going to see Hellions or Widow Mines. I'm guessing we're going to see a Widow Mine drop. But I digress. May just be Hellions. Oh, never mind. Hellions in the front, Widow Mines in the back, presumably, but we'll see. Tech Lab going down on the barracks. He's going to probably start researching STEM behind this. Alright. Depth does shade its way in. Does see there's only one Marine. Yep. And the 2 Hellions and the Marine are going to probably clean up this Adept. Adept does get some work done on the Hellion, but it will be able to be repaired. Potentially. Anyway, behind this Protoss going blink again. It is going to be another, well... Let's see what build he does. He's probably just going to go 2-gate blink and a Nexus. But we'll see. He may double down. If Acheron's watching this, he's preparing. He's like, oh, buddy. I can just picture Acheron here studying both these guys right now as it goes on. And in Himba, for that matter. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be a loaded medevac of Hellions. Nice decent SimCity, but there is one exposed grounds for the Hellions to go into. He's posturing in the front. Scouting pylon is going to see this, though. Oh, no, actually, that's a beautiful micro from Zelos. Okay, we do have a force field potential. No, actually, that sentry would have been decent, but the stalkers are going to be enough to scare this away. Another gateway being dropped. That was exactly as I said. Pretty early third base. Not too bad against a 1-1-1. Into 3-1-1. It's going to be a Marine tank push again. Second Tech Lab finishing up. We're going to see combat shields being researched as soon as you can. Yep, there they are. All right. Blink is going to finish up here. Eventually, Stalker's kind of caught in the choke at the ramp. It can't blink down there. Oh, beautiful force field. That force field saves the day. Defending the mineral line, only 2 workers fall. I gotta say, our Protoss player is not taking the bait. That medevac actually just... Did we get a blink? Is it off cooldown? Afterburners there. Oh, beautiful snipe. Gets the medevac. Gets all the Hellions for 2 workers. And an Adept. That is fantastic trades for a Protoss already. Zelos, though, in a pretty good position for defense. As long as he doesn't take a third base on location, which I doubt he will. Seems to be a pretty competent player. And it's not time for third base yet anyway. And Terran, well, he could. I wouldn't hate it. Once he deals with the stalkers a bit. I really wouldn't hate it. It's not a ton of stalkers, but right now it feels like it because we just didn't have the tank count out. Some of the Marines got picked off. And we are seeing some Maraudy boys. Alright, it's going to be 5 racks first. From Zelos. And he's not going to quite get the observer, but does get some damage on it. Well, with the observer sniped, he's going to go attempt a drop. I do love Mr. L's position here with the pylon placement. He is getting a few more gates charged on the way. Robotics bay going down as well. But this drop could potentially get some good value. Are we going to see another drop that's scouted? Oh, we are. That is fully scouted. Oh my goodness. Afterburner was already used. These stalkers could catch one of the drops here on the right side. Oh my god, in an instant, that whole army's gone. Well, that small little platoon. Do we see a recall, though? From our Protoss player. We are not. He does not know this is happening. He's going to say, oh no, now we do. Recall is going to happen, but not before 14 probes fall. Stalkers chasing the medevacs do catch the remaining reinforcements. The Zealots in the Immortal do chisel away a lot of the Zealous. Ahead on workers is about to have his third base complete. And he's going to go out for a push. The Observer sees all. Army supply in favor of Mr. L, actually. He's going into +1. He's just now getting extended thermal lance in his Class A. He's going to do another robotics facility this game, so he's actually going double robo for more Colossi. Oh, he is finally going to kill Zealous rather. He's going to kill the Observer just now. Finally getting that pesky Observer away, but the Stalkers should be able to intercept some more of this. Oh, sniping a medevac again. This is crazy. 5 medevacs have gone down in this game already. That's quite the catch. Fourth base on its way for Mr. L. I really don't hate it in this position. He's just in a great spot to do it. He is ahead on workers already again. And tech-wise, he's doing okay. This drop will be a bit of a problem. He's totally disjointed from this. Some Zealots might be able to make their way there. Actually, Zealot's being a little more patient. He's going to regroup and just try to take this base out. Zealot is going to scout the drop. Does he scout the rest of the army? I think he did. So that is going to force Mr. L into position. Zealot's still going to commit. He's doubling down with the tanks coming in with this fight. And there's no shield battery, of course. But a good amount of Protoss units, nonetheless. He does have Colossus coming out. But, oh no, he dropped the static defense right in line of fire. So some good trades for our Terran players. The Zealots and the Stalkers pounce on the army. One of the tanks falls, but that's not enough. Zealots are going to clean up the third one, but there's only a contingent of Stalkers left. That fourth is as good as dead. Well, it's double disruptor production for Mr. L. He's going into a Dark Shine and a Templar Archive, even though he's losing this base. Actually, he probably should have just pounced forward anyway if he wanted to try to save this. No, he's just going to snipe some units and get out. Oh, another medevac snipe. The medevac sniper. All right, that said, Zello is going for a fourth base after killing the fourth. Kind of a smart move. He is a little behind on economy and in terms of army now, but it's because, well, he hasn't really been building a lot of workers behind us. It seems like he was taking the engage more and focusing. He did get concussive shells this game, but he's just now going into 1-1, and our Protoss player has an upgrade advantage. That's actually kind of scary. If Mr. L continued upgrades here, that'd be rough. Oh my god, again, medevacs are scouted. That is so big for Mr. L. And I think he's going to catch this here as the army's a bit disjointed. We have a drop. Disruptor does zone the army back, but they're a little exposed on the high ground. It is more disruptor production. Double Liberator production just starting now. Enhanced Shockwave on the way for Ghost. This is definitely a little crazy. A Dark Templar going into the third. There we go. Invisible Men. 6 workers fell behind it. That actually is a little bit worth. I would say that is a good trade, all things considered. Mr. L now behind an army supply a little bit. But yeah, he's forgetting upgrades now. He's going to rely on disruptors a bit. Oh my god, does that catch? Oh my goodness. He almost got the meat of the army, the Marauders, but not quite. Still catches a bunch of the Marines. Definitely a worthy Nova. Dark Templar going in again. GG is called, and Mr. L with another point on the map as we move on to game number 4. My goodness. Very, very crazy stuff. All right. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I gotta make a mental note of what I gotta do after this. All right. All right, we're going into our next game. And yeah, this is gonna be game 4 when we're ready. Go. I hope you guys didn't hear my no water sweated out. How do you know I'm in rough shape today? Shigamer hasn't been around for a minute apparently. So you're like, how have you been, Dave? What have you been up to? Busier than hell? And we still have no fisherman. He's still down in Florida. Chad just seems so weird without fishermen. Who agrees? It's just not the same without the fisherman. Hey, man. You got to do what you got to do. I'm hoping to get back into... You guys are going to have a rude-ass awakening when Dave's not streaming much. It's going to happen. And it's going to be... I guarantee you it's going to be quite the surprise. What are you guys going to do with yourselves that watch Twitch a lot? You're going to watch better streamers is what you're going to do. Which is basically anybody. But... switch to porn? There you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. We're moving on to game number 4. You stream Gene Sim. Guys, Gene Sim streams sometimes. He does some pretty entertaining stuff. Alright, anyway. Let me get this fixed up on the colors. Alright, this is potentially match point spawning in the upper left. If he takes this game, he wins it all to go on to the grand finals of Z World. It is Mr. L in the upper left. And his opponent in the bottom right, representing Platinum Heroes in the red, it is Zelos. All right. Well, looks to be nothing too cheeky coming out from either player for the potential match point. Is Zelos going to come back and give us a full reverse sweep? That is the question. Hell no. Dark Omega. Oh, man. You know, I really kind of want a ladder, but I have to go do some shit. Maybe I'll sneak a couple cheeky games in after. I said I'd take a break. It's up to you guys after the tournament. I'm thinking about it. I am debating it. I can always come back later, like I said. Reaper's on the way. Everything's going to be walled off, so nice little block from Zealous. He's just being cheeky. I have a feeling he's just going to build a high ground CC and nothing else. Just being annoying to our Protoss player. Reaper on the way. Cybercore finishing up. And Cosmic Sapphire. I almost said the Florencio term, Cosmic Safari. As he mistakenly said it sometimes. It is going to be the barracks factory at least. Double gas. He's not going to be messing around here. A 1-1-1 on one base, potentially. Or, Mr. Ellis, or sorry, Zelos seems to be setting up camera locations. He's following his stuff. You can see where the players are looking. And the mini-map. Reaper just scouting out and around. Ooh, are we going to see a cheeky little... It could just be a pylon for scouting for drops. But we might see something extra cheeky this game. We might see a little quick gold base. Yeah, it's going to be Reapers and Hellions with a low ground. CC built on location. Nothing too cheeky here. Adept's just chilling, waiting. But might want to go out for the scout pretty soon. Okay, Probe is going to check this out and mine some gold first. Yeah, I should have confirmation on what that is. I don't think it saw the Hellion per se, but regardless, it's a pretty good read that he's going to likely have at least a Hellion. But okay, it's going to be a little more committed from our Terran player. Is he just going to go with the 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion? I think that is going to be the play. 2 Stalkers going down to the low ground, so we didn't lose the Adept yet either, so this is kind of nice. I would like to see a wall starting to be formed for the Protoss player. A cute Hekian, cute Probius. Alright, so he drops a shield battery down here, interestingly enough. He's not going to expose too much techno, and Mr. L could go for a potential follow-up with a big-ass Marine tank push, which might be the case, like a big 2-base all-in. Which is looking likely as time goes on. Oh, one of the Stalkers is ready to fall. Probes are pulled a little late and don't find the damaged Hellion. Ultimately, only 2 probes fall, and this is held. Well, losing the Stalker is kind of rough, but everything looks pretty well held. Kind of a strange Adept Shade is canceled. Blink on the way. Robotics facility coming down just now with the gate. There should be enough to deal with this. All right, Zelos behind this is getting the... Okay, yeah, he's just playing a little defensive, going with a Raven. Oh, Probe's kind of not microing well. Looks like our Protoss player's out of position. Oh my gosh, Mr. L is taking some serious damage. 7 probes down, does have a 3rd Nexus, but Zelos is ahead on workers, and he's not actually going super high committal. He's getting that Raven, getting the tank, and he's going to swap these 2 barracks and start stemming combat shields immediately. eBay also going down for a really nicely timed 3-1-1 from Zelos. Zelos is actually a really good player, too. I think that's actually pretty... Oh, he doesn't... I thought he'd go for that and get stemming combat shields. But he's going to go for another tank, which I don't hate, but I almost think that would have been the power move play. Dep does scout this out with the Shade Raven going to find some value. By the time it makes it over here, it'll maybe have enough for 2 auto turrets if he holds off for a second, but he might just go right in for it. Yeah. Sorry for the breathing as usual. Let's see.
Imagine Protoss.
Exactly. Imagine Protoss, Mr. L. All right, Raven is going to go try to get some damage here. Oh. On 2 fronts. Oh my god, that is actually a really smart play of the use of 2 auto turrets. 1 on the north side, 1 on the south, so he gets the probes en route, trailing back. Raven escapes undamaged. All right, just a little bit of Stalker presence out from our Protoss player. But economically, Mr. L's lost so many probes this game this early. He's not been able to get too much out in terms of units and production. He's tried his best, but it's certainly been a bit of a problem. He does have 2 gases finishing up here and is going into disruptors right away. I don't hate disruptors in this case because he's got to find some value. Needs something that he can rely on for some kind of comeback mechanics. Okay. Stalker's going to chisel a little bit on the siege tank. Siege tank is relocated in the medevac. And our Terran player is just going to push out with a stim plus 1 tank timing with a couple medevacs. Oh, nice white girl from Mr. L. Even though that Stalker is as good as dead. Raven, even more auto turrets. Oh my gosh. Raven's in chat, and she's also being annoying to Mr. L right now. I'm just teasing you, Raven. I think charge is coming. Yeah, charge did complete in here. We got some zoomy boys coming in. And actually, the tanks on the high ground there means Protoss just doesn't want to engage. Really shouldn't. And I actually wouldn't have hated that observer following the army, because now he doesn't know exactly where it... Now he does, but he has an idea of where it is. But it could be a misread. Okay, if a stem goes in here, that's 1 dead disruptor. Yeah, that's a dead disruptor. Is going to be target fired and is going to go... Oh, yeah, if he shot it even just a moment before, he could have connected. Raven. Oh, I love this hallucinated Archon, except for the scan reveals it. Oh, that's very unlucky. That is some big brain play. There to tank some damage. Disruptor gets target fired and is going to go down. Tank's getting kind of knocked down pretty good. So Mr. L holds. Game on. Zealous did get a 3rd base behind it, and he's still ahead. Army size certainly still favored him, and economically, Mr. L is kind of catching up a little bit. He's been pumping out those probes going into +1. I don't believe we have extended thermal lance. Nah, he did not go for it. He had to build some disruptors for some comeback mechanics, but unfortunately, they didn't really do all that much. Second robotics facility going down at the 3rd, and the Raven is still out there to be annoying in that main base mineral line. Oh, this is nasty. All right, so Mr. L is using his advantage of knowing exactly what's in the main base and how much pressure he put in the 3rd. That is going to be a very, very big hit for him. And guess what? Recall is not available for 6 seconds and counting. Photon Cannon going to buy a little bit of time, but not do too much. But this looks like this base is in jeopardy. There's even a Raven that could join the fight potentially, but is not going to do so. Disruptor gets immediately shot down. Guardian Shield activated a little late. Ultimately, a lot of the medevac energy is drained, but now there's 2 with full energy. Most of the units getting cleaned up. There was a Widow Mine in there. Hold the phones. I didn't see that. Steadfast moment. And, well, here comes the Raven. Never mind. Man, Zelos is coming in hot this game. He is taking the lead. It is 23 to 62 army supply, 68. Actually, it's almost, if we have another probe, it'd be 69. Well, Widow Mine, oh my god, gets another probe, gets a Stalker, takes off the shields. This looks like it could be just game right here. Disruptors have to find some huge connections, and that last one is not going to. The double disruptor shots mean it's only going to connect a few bio units, and that's it. I believe we're going to see the end of the game here very shortly. 69 supply or not. It's a nice number. It's going to be dipping really rapidly. GD is called. Zelos takes us into game number 5. Nice. And we have a series for sure. Oh boy. Well, it'll be a few minutes in, and we could potentially go to game 7 at this rate. Zello seems like he's firing up. Portland Thorns versus Kansas City. Let me tell you, I did not. I was in Kirktown, Raven. That was a little bit of a hecked up stream last night. All right. It was all because I just wanted to spend some time with Yeti and it was too late. All right. Yeah, I kind of regret it, but tease with the D's. All right, waiting on our next game. We just need a memento. Oof. You know, I forgot to run ads between, so you guys that are here, son of a bitch. But you know what? Thank you for supporting stream. My 9 million ads. I could have changed it up for this. That was a bit unlucky. Hey, what up, Marco? We're moving on to game number 5. Zealous has brought it up. The score is 3-2 if Mr. L takes it. He has won the European Vulcan Cup Fall 2022 finals. All right. Just waiting for these guys to start off. And we are good to go. All right. I think we're getting there. Potentially the last game. Can Zelos bring us to a game 7? He's going to need to win 2 more maps if we have a Terran Victor. Or to have a Terran Victor, I should say. All right. Here we go. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Stargazers. Very good 4K blink map. Representing Easy Tool. It is Mr. L in the blue. And his opponent in the upper left representing Platinum Heroes. Give it up for Zelos in the red. All right. Word count potentially 1 million times. Or 1,000 times. What word count? How you doing, SC-tastic? Welcome, welcome. And anybody else new here, if you're new to the channel, hopping in, waking up from a lurk, smash that follow button. Do appreciate it. Oh, how many times I've said it potentially? Yeah. My brains, I do have a tendency to repeat things quite a bit, but especially when I'm pretty shot. I'm not gonna lie, we have a lot of repetition here. Probably a bit much of a annoying use of alliteration too, from time to time. I do reckon we got ourselves A little bit of spiciness here, our Protoss player. Hey, thanks for the follow. Dormant MTM. We're going to have, well, Mr. L's mining out his third, actually. I thought he was going to take the back base, but is not going to do so. All right, SCV is going to scout that he's mined out. So that is a bit of a problem. You're a little more exposed to Terran right there, but same time, does provide a buffer from any ground assaults, but between drops and tanks, you kind of set yourself in an awkward position. Taking that as your third. In said matchup. As British, as you'd say in Britain, I'm just taking the piss out of you. Exactly. I get confused by British saying sometimes because I'm like, question mark? It is going to be a 3-rack from Zealous, by the way. Not like a cheeky early 3-racks. He's going for the better, more economical, punchy in the face 3-racks. In my eyes. Like, the earlier one could be better, but against Mr. L, I think this is a wiser move and a good build order choice. It's worked pretty well for him in some other games. Last game, the 1-1-1, though, was pretty good. Shit. That is going to get a Marine, but actually a little bit of Miss Micro almost goes down just in time. Saves it. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, just Twilight finishing up. That's about it. All right, Adept's going to take this Elnaga Watchtower to look out for drops. There are going to be no drops because this is 3-racks. This is going to be a big committed push. Our Protoss player dropping a pylon just in case. But I think there is a chance the Adept sees this. But let's see if Mr. L's paid attention to the Adept. That's one dead Adept. Yeah. Oh, what? Hello? Adept to save stem, combat shield, and +1 on the way for our Terran player. And the Adept actually sees the army before and shades away. Interestingly enough. Blink is on its way for our Protoss player. Yeah, that Adept got killed, but I didn't really see where. There's a nice little debate in shade, so it did see the Zelmaga Watchtower, but ultimately did. I think it shaded right into the Marines. All right, the Scouter Marine is going to fall here at some point. Let's see which Marine killed it. Oh, that one. Did kill the Adept. It's like, see ya, exactly. Exactly, part-time badass. Okay, Stalker's picking off a little bit here. Blink's on its way, but this stem concussive and +1, or not concussive, combat shields and +1. Timing is going to be pretty rough for our Protoss player to deal with. This is actually okay. Taking the third base there against the 3-racks is kind of nice, but it is going to be scouted by the Marine. Oh, he's going to think, oh, okay. We see what's going on. He's taking the pocket third base. So I can harass that with drops if I don't get any value in the natural. Unfortunately, Mr. L's blindly built Immortals or scouted it sometimes, but he's not going to have one this game. And you really need an Immortal to hold this in my eyes. You don't need it, but an Immortal makes this so much easier of a hold. Combat shield stem finished up. Scouted Guardian shield activated. Sentry is going to be target fired. Battery overcharge is activated, but guess what? Nice target fire from Zelos. Zelos is putting in the work. A lot of the bio getting cleaned up, but it's all a matter of time before the bio gets cleaned up. They are going to find. Oh my god, it's going to be even more worker kills. Forces some lost mining time. Actually, Probe's getting some kills on units. Little overextension, however, means some more units are going to fall. And it actually a pretty decent hold. Let's take a look at the battle report. Only 4 probes fell, but 7 stalkers is quite expensive. So for 13 Marines in total and 12 or 2 Marauders, our Protoss player has taken a heavy beating. And look at this. 3-racks is beautiful because guess what? He's back again with more units. Didn't save a single one, but one Immortal's out. Another shield battery. Maybe it may complete just in time. He really needs a shield battery to hold. Second Immortal, I doubt will be. If he gets a Chrono Boost available, would like to see it potentially get used. I've said potentially again. Never mind. Overuse of the word. Hey, at least this time I'm going to be a little more mindful of it. All right, charge is finishing up for Mr. L, so it's looking a little better. We'd like to see a warp prism, honestly, out of our Protoss player. We're finally going to see some medevacs, though, +1 infantry armor on the way from our Terran player. And yeah, we need to see some momentum from Mr. L. He obviously has to be safe and defensive, but he at least needs to get some vision to see what's going on. He's going to try to contest his Unlaga watchtower, but there's so much Terran. I think he's just going to constantly have to battle for it. Yeah, Zelos is going to push back. Push will be scouted. Third base coming, but guess what? These medevacs could just be a debate. Oh, look at that! He catches on at the last second and actually pulls the Zealot. The Zealot survives. The Protoss army comes to try to do some damage here. But this is a big army, and I think he's just going to zoom right into the third base of Protoss. Shield battery going down. Mr. L anticipates this. Goes back to the natural, though. I thought he anticipated it. But yeah, this is just going to be a zoom right in with some afterburner medevacs. It's only one right here. Oh, there it is. There's a tank right here, too. Tank is going to be sieged, and we're going to see a little hot pickup here. Little push in the side. One Marine does fight this. Okay, that was just a pylon. Probes are coming. Army trying to make its way up here. Not a lot to really contend with everything. But the tank and the Bioforce now kind of debating to the side, the Protoss to the side. Okay. Wait, I don't understand that recall. Okay. The mind games are real from Zelos. Zelos is actually just doubling down here, and there's a fourth base behind us. I like that from our Protoss player because he knows this base is got good potential to be counted. Oh, it's has good room to be contested and just taken out. Two gateways do finish, but there is only one pylon here, and that is likely to go down. The tank is cleaned up, but the little pushover here is cleaned up. That's actually kind of nice for Mr. L. Mr. L is going to lose these two gateways. At least any production from him, and he's too afraid to engage this. He could save his base. In my eyes, he could. He is taking the fight, and I think that may just be the case. He might be able to get another warp in. Or just blink in the back. Wow, very well held by Mr. L. He now has an additional base, though he's not been able to mine on it. Colossi are out. Extended Thermal Lance is going to finish up here in just a little bit. Army supply in favor of Zelos still. But, yeah, regardless. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Mr. L has not been... Yeah, he's not been building any workers. But he did pull back, so he's coming in to retake this third base. He hasn't done anything with the fourth, though. He could. The biggest mind game in my eyes would have been to, oh, there's a Liberator here and no way to warp in his Stalker. That is unlucky, but he's not paying attention. Biggest mind game to me would have been going to the fourth base and just leaving him there because our Terran player has no idea it's there. He would have had more optimal mining time than how he responded, but he still held brilliantly. At the same time, at the cost of economy. There's a decent amount of Protoss power units, at least, though. Let's see, actually. Just two Colossi. He's going very heavy into Disruptors. I would like to see him try to get one more Colossus out through all this. Another Liberator going in, trying to find some value. He's going to see that our Protoss player is a fourth base. So far, we've had a few... Oh, my God, the Liberators everywhere. Wootsikol would be mauling right now. We all know Wootsikol would be mauling right now. Liberators everywhere. Dark Shrine going up for a Protoss player. Meanwhile, +3. Oh, actually +2 ground infantry weapons finished up for our Terran player. We don't have enhanced shockwaves. We don't have... I don't believe... Yeah, we do have a Ghost Academy. It did finish up earlier. 8 workers fallen for Protoss. Very scary stuff. Zelos leading in worker count is kind of scary stuff, too. Meanwhile, looks like we're about to see an engagement in the center of the map. Zelos head to high ground for a second, does. Ooh, but look at this. The Observer actually is going to be pretty helpful against this push. Observer sees how the army's disjointed from a little pickup. Are we just going to see a drop into the... Yeah, we may just see a big Doom drop go into the third base. That is exactly what's going to happen. Sound like a watchtower is taken, however. Protoss going into position. Mr. L. should have enough to defend this. There's a photon cannon. There's a lot of stalkers and break. Oh my god, the pickoffs. 2 medevacs and units fall. This base is taking a beating earlier, however, so we'll see what happens. A target fire on the base would be good. The stalkers were trapped. We're going to see some more units come in, and my goodness, Mr. L is not messing around. That said, the Terran is pushing into the third base. And, oh, look at, we got a Nova. Beautiful connection on the Nova. There is 2 siege tanks defending in this position, however, and we're getting disruptors everywhere. It's a bloodbath. Mr. L might just be doing it here and sealing the deal. The game isn't over, but it is looking pretty rough. Even some collateral damage in the middle of the map as extended thermal lance colossi clean up the 3 Marines. Okay, we have +3 infantry weapons coming in from Mr. L, +2 about to finish, or sorry, from Zelos, +2 about to finish for Mr. L on ground weapons. He didn't go for a double forge, though. I mean, there's been a lot going on, but the trades certainly have been pretty good for him. Our Terran player just now going for a 5th base. Mr. L on 4 bases, but could probably hold there. He's going to probably need to consider that if he can't find any damage, but at some point he is going to need to. 4th base going to be aggressed this time. Shield battery, funnily enough, in the front, but there's nothing there to defend it. I think Mr. L scouts this. Oh, he sees the medevac and gets the snipe on one side, but the bigger army coming in to the right flank. Mr. L is just a little out of position, or is he waiting to get a Nova? Oh no, Mr. L. Not like this. Artosis pylon, that's so much loss. That cost him so much, at least 1,000 minerals, I'd say, from how many zealots were warped in. Maybe 800-900 on my lower estimates. That was 800 minerals from the zealots going down. Actually, am I even wrong there? Yeah, 8 warp gates, depowered pylon. Excellent trade for Zelos, to say the least. All right, Observer is scouting this out. Looks like we're pushing into the game a little more. Shadow Stride being researched, +3 ground weapons for Protoss. So we are going to see some blinky DTs. And that's going to be needed for a 5th base going down for our Terran player. 5th base is actually going to finish for Protoss as well. But, yeah. Another starport in production, more Liberators. Do we have ship weapons? We do not. We don't. This is a game where I think a fusion core might be a good move. He's throwing away. The trades are really weird this game, honestly. Protoss is traded more efficiently, but it felt otherwise. DT scouts. The army does just kill a zealot, does damage a marauder. That's about it. And there's 2 colossi and a couple zealots to fight this off. Colossi don't do so great against the marauders, but with the zealots and the colossi, he's gonna defend against this. This drop is perpetually just stuck here. This is hilarious. Zealot ultimately cleans this all up. Observer scouted. Uh-oh. Well, our Terran player is gonna catch it. Yeah. The last second. It returns money when the killed pylons. You do it? No, you can with a cognite with a pylon, yes, or with a warp prism. If you unsiege it, yes, but if you kill a warp prism or pylon when it's warping in, you lose that. It doesn't return the money there. If that pylon goes down and warping, it's only if you unsiege a warp prism. Either that or I'm extremely shot right now. You don't? Wow, I'm way off today. It's just Dave's brain. Oh my god, look at this action. We got a void ray out. Sorry, my mouse has decided to goof up on me right here. And a little pressure on the 4th base. You know, you guys are absolutely right. No, if the pylon dies, you get the warp pins back too. Kappa. Yeah, okay. GG. And look at this. We got a winner. Mr. L has taken the European finals, but man, what a series. GG's. Great games, guys. Mr. L with the win. I got to get something set up here for us. The Smurf won again. True, Countess. Basically Smurfing here. I mean, Mr. L did win Legion Cup as Terran. Let me look here. Hey, good run, Countess. See you getting in there.
Let's go L_L_.
All right, guys, bear with me a minute. Good run, though, Countess, still, too, nonetheless. You made it to the semifinals. That's definitely pretty good stuff. Certainly pretty good stuff. All right, so let me just get something going here. I am going to change this picture. And I think we got an interview, maybe. All my group stages were walkovers. Oh. Well, hey, you made it there. That's all that matters at the end of the day. How you get there is debatable. I'm a rat. Are we doing an interview? What's going on? I still think you played pretty well, Countess. Unfortunately, Terran casually exists. All right. We're going to have an interview in a little bit. I'm going to get in voice here. So when Mr. L is ready. Damn, and Forjumi's asking me to arcades. Darn. Forjumicus Maximus. The Incredible Vulcan, exactly. You know, that should be the title of the winner of the entire event, the Incredible Vulcan. Yo, that is a great idea, Tater Tutor. I'm going to put that in the admin chat. Oh my god. Excuse me. Totally not congested today. Let's wait and see what we get here. Should be just a few. And we'll get Mr. L underscore in here. When he is, I'm going to get out of my cam and get into Discord cam. Good night, part-time badass. Yes, we are going to be done in a bit here. Okay. Bear with me. All right. Alrighty, let's see here. Mr. L,
Hello.
how are you doing? Congrats.
Thank you. Quite good.
You throwing on the camera or are you not?
No camera.
No camera?
You can put in the Bavarian man that Gator posted as a standard.
Okay, so man, you had some spicy games.
Yeah, indeed.
I was looking close there for a bit. I was like, this may be a reverse sweep here for a minute. How was your thoughts on some of those builds from Zelos there in the finals?
I think the builds were mostly fairly normal. I think it's just
The timings he hit on them though were pretty.
yeah, and I fell for a bit too many baits. Like on what's it, Data C, he goes in with like 2 Marauders and 4 Marines into my natural, right? And I jump on it. But then I commit too much on it because I think what happens a lot with Terran, right? They load up a drop to go into the main, and they have a couple units too many that don't fit into the medevac, so they just like misrally to the side. So I thought he was going to drop the main, but it was just a bait, and he got the third. And yeah, I think these like tricks and stuff like that, and just a lot of action everywhere, very annoying liberators and so on. I think wasn't too much about the builds. It was mostly about like the execution.
Yeah, I gotta say, your defense was pretty remarkable in all of your series. Obviously, there were some little bits of debates, like you said, but very good defense on a lot of the, particularly the 2 base all-ins, and even one of the games where we went 3 racks for opening Twilight, where you don't have as much vision, obviously.
Or am I so sane that you just blew your mind?
What
Cat
were your
Food Salad
thoughts
just subscribed.
out of all your stuff?
In the StarCraft 2 system, BM-based offenses
Oh
are
boy, I'm
considered
getting
especially
TTS.
heinous.
I'm sorry.
And in Twitch, the dedicated streamers who investigate these vicious felonies are members
my
of an
goodness.
elite squad known as the
I'm
David
just seeing in your
Testa
chat
Special
the
Victims
prediction.
Unit.
Apparently, 2% of people believed in me, and Filibuster and Coil made a solid 10,000 points on 1 to 50 odds of me winning.
Wow, that's quite something there. Yeah, that is certainly something here. All you had was PVTs right now, so overall, were you kind of winging it as you played Zelos, or were you like, did you have his number? It felt to me like you said, he threw you some curveballs, and it was a little hard to read.
Yeah, I mean, we played yesterday, right, in the Passioncraft group stage. It was also a close series. So I knew like a few of the builds that he was doing, and I mean, it's mostly like the standard-ish Terran builds. So yeah, I didn't have too much prep going into it, right? He won his semifinal quite quickly, so I didn't have much time to prepare. Yeah, I was just trying to play standard PvT and out micro, and not die to whatever he throws at me. And some games it worked, some games it didn't work so well.
Yeah, so I have some questions too from some others. Gator was asking too. As I kind of pointed out too, I mentioned the 2 base pushes and such, but the 3 racks, you did seem to have a little bit more of a trouble with that. Is that just kind of typically a little bit of a weakness, do you think, or were you just kind of in an unlucky position?
I think it was just sloppy macro. Like the greedier build that I'm doing is just about fine against it. But I delayed my robo for no particular reason. So I didn't have my immortal in that last game, for example. If I have the immortal ready and a few more stalkers that I should have, then I can hold it. But now, there were only stalkers, and so you could target down everything else and survive with a few units, and my immortal came out after everything was over. So it's just a macro issue. It is definitely holdable with that build. It's just that I didn't execute it very well.
Right. So that said, was there any times where you're starting to feel like you might lose the tournament?
In which series?
Yeah, either.
Yeah, so I don't know. The loss on Cosmic Sapphire in the finals was pretty bad. Game. So that made me a little bit concerned because I, was making a lot of mistakes, and I, wasn't playing as well as the games before. So I was a bit concerned that, I would just lose from there. They also know he still has like Banshee, Marine, tank, SCV pull, 2 base all-in build, which I think is quite strong against any of the more aggressive builds I did. So I was worried about that, and maps like Stargazer coming up.
Yeah.
And then against Maro, of course, it was a very back and forth series, so I was a little more scared against Maro. So yeah, I didn't know where that was gonna go.
Yeah. So yeah, you were warming up too in between. Also, just very well played. Congratulations. My question to you is, do you think it's going to be a grand finals? Mr. L versus Acheron, the NA GOAT.
Maybe, I don't know.
Who certainly was very humble in his interview yesterday, by the way, Kappa.
Yeah, I don't. He's definitely not humble. He's beaten me in a close series in a different league a month ago or something, and since then he's been trying to avoid me so he can keep bragging about it. So yeah, I would definitely like to play a series, and I think my PvP is a lot less shaky than it was a month ago. So I think it would be interesting, but I think there's a fairly big bracket to go through, so it's not likely I meet Acheron, right?
Yeah. Well, we made it this far, and the grand finals are coming up. Do you have any shout outs? Anything you want to say to everybody? In particular, or in how excited are you to take the money and move on?
Definitely excited to win it. I've won the overall season last year, but I've never won the EU regional. Tournament has been pretty cursed for me. I think a few times I dropped out quite early in the group stages as well. So I think it's I'm quite happy to finally win the EU one. There's no giant here to kill me. So yeah, I don't have many shoutouts for this season, but I guess Danny and everyone else for cheering for me. The 2% that invested their channel points in me. And yeah, I'm excited for the grand finals.
Our man Denny. Yeah, good stuff, man. And congrats again. Thank you for giving us the good games, and good luck to you. Other than that, I just want to say, have you retired from Terran?
Yeah, I've switched a year ago.
I remember when you did, but I was wondering if you still did. So you've been focusing here. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, very well done, and it's interesting to see you constantly being and improving in Protoss now. See Dark Omega in chat saying you just knew that Protoss is OP. That's why you switched. So exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Protoss is definitely a very good race. I mainly switched because I found the matchup against Lurkers so annoying with Bio. So I didn't like that matchup, and then Protoss has Disruptor, so it wasn't too much fun to just play the macro Bio style that I was playing as Terran. And yeah, so I switched to Protoss, which I've always been playing a little bit on and off. I get to have Disruptors and annoy people with them, and DTs, and lots of other very fun interactive gameplay tools. So that's why I like playing.
You made the smart move. You made the smart move. You joined us.
Yeah.
You have more hair now. You have more friends now. You know, all the girls are after you, because according to Artosis, you switch to Protoss.
Yeah, can't beat them, join them. It's definitely very fun. It's not that I'm much higher MMR now than before, but it's, I think, in general, less tilting to play than Terran. So it's just gives me more enjoyment and more motivation to play.
Very cool. Well, you got anything else for us, or you're probably likely to go to bed pretty soon here, I'd imagine, or what are you
maybe
up to?
Nah, it's 10 p.m. It's not terribly late yet. Yeah, normally I watch the VODs after I play a tournament game, so I'm kind of waiting for the VODs to go up and then I do
Well,
that.
you're in luck. I'm not going to be grinding ladder. Usually VODs come up for me after, like I'll split stuff up and I highlight tournaments and that takes some time and then I export them to YouTube. Well, I'll publish it, but so you can see the VOD then. Like say I laddered after or whatever, and then I'll highlight the tournament out, export it to YouTube, and it's like available in both. But yeah, man. So today you're in luck. I'm going to be doing some things, so it should be available within a couple minutes after. I just don't have. Everybody's thinking, Dave, you don't have VODs. I just don't have auto-publish VODs because of music or potential for copyright stuff, etc. So I get to vet the stuff first, but if it's a tournament, I'm usually just putting it right out there.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we will have it in a few minutes after our call and I end stream.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, thank you for casting the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then I'm happy to face Acheron in the grand final.
Yeah, nice. That's very cool stuff. And I was informed, Mr. L, that I've said possibly over 1,000 times today.
I'll have to go and count that.
Probably over 1,000 times anyway. But yeah, man, you have a good time. Enjoy watching the VOD and congrats again. And good luck to you in the grand finals.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Bye. All right, chat. Got some thanks to give him. We're off raiding on out. Let's see here. Let me give the thank yous. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, all the admins for Vulcan Cup. Thank you, Dracat, for the money toward this and Psystorm Gaming. The Cranky Ducklings. Berserker Esports. Thank you for the raids. Cat Food Salad, thank you for the 6 months. I'm sorry, I was mid-interview. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Shigermer with the 12 months, a year. Thor MTM with the follow. Thorn with the 7 months on Prime. Balter Games, Zelos, and Gemiel with the follows. All right, guys, we're going to go raid somebody. Let's see. We got Christianer. We got here Juggernaut Jason. We got Seul Steel. We got my buddy Smoke playing Deathloop. We got Crazen. We got Angel Dreams. Who do you guys want? I'm going to do a poll real quick and because I have to go do some shit. But I'll let chat decide. We're going to go Christianer. Oh, raid. Christianer. Juggernaut Jason. This is what I see on here. Mr. T ain't got shit on Mr. L. True. Mr. L is just too jacked. But now he's going to have to fight Acheron. I think he knows it's Mr. L. I think you know it's memes. All right, guys, who are we going to go raid? Use the poll. So far, 1 for Juggernaut Jason. I was going to give my man Christianer a raid on my own. Get those votes in. Come on, more than one person. Let's get this. Let's get these votes in. I should have said somebody else too. If you guys end up going, we could raid Trigger. Trigger's got. I would raid Trigger, but I think he's doing all right for numbers here. I'd like to give. I definitely raid Trigger as much as I can, but I think he's doing all right. 3 for Christianer, 2 for Juggernaut Jason. You got a couple minutes. And we got my buddy Smoke who's playing Deathloop. 3 and 3. Come on, chat. We need a tiebreaker. We got another minute. Less than a minute. You know I love Trigger. Trigger's basically slightly better Acheron Kappa. But Christian or Juggernaut Jason, we need a tiebreaker vote. Vote for the raid. I actually didn't see trigger right on there until you told me that, so just saying. Tiebreaker vote. Come on, somebody vote. Somebody vote. Somebody vote. If it's a tie, you change yours to Cristiano. All right, well. You bet on Jason. If it's a tie, it's a tie. So you're changing your vote to Cristiano. So are we going over to... Oh, Cristiano just ended his stream. God damn it. Where do we vote? Cristiano's done streaming. Well, I'm going to redo a poll because Cristiano's done. We go into Juggernaut. Why don't we just go to... We'll do Juggernaut, Jason, Smoke, and Soul Steel. All right, we're going to re-poll it because it's a tie. I guess we could just go to Jason because he's... remaining and he had the votes. All right, so let's go to Juggernaut, Jason. Another huge... He's been a huge support to Dave, too, and he seems like he's probably just getting started or something. All right, guys, we're going to raid Jason. Did I spell it right? Ah, there we go. Thank you, guys. I will see you later. I'll probably be on later for a ladder, but I'm going to try to get some shit done and get my ass moving. All right, guys, catch you all later.